Hello everybody. It's me, it's Andy, and we're here. If I can get him back onto the image. There he is, there's Mr. Brad. I don't know if hang on. No, I need to switch over to make sure it's listening to you. They can see you, but they can't hear you. Yeah, they can hear you. Hello, Brad.
Hello, good sir. Hello, good sir Andy. How does one do? It's lovely to be back. It's lovely to be filling in for Mikey.
Yeah.
I hope to bring less anger. But I do like how angry Mikey is.
He's not angry, he's cynical. Remember, this is a man who comes from a profession where they've ruined dinosaurs.
This is very true.
Dinosaurs do not look cool with feathers on. I'm sorry. It's just a fact.
I did that one in the latest Jurassic Park was okay. The feathery raptor.
Does
the one
it look
that could
better
swim
than,
as well.
Does it look better than a normal raptor?
The clever girls, no.
No, that's the problem.
It doesn't look better.
It
just looks a bit more. Looks a bit better when it runs in the wind because it has. Yeah. It's like when you put a King Charles Spaniel on something that's moving fast and its ears do this.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it looks like it's going faster. But it does look like the feathers would get in the way a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite as cool, you know.
I don't think velociraptors could swim.
Well, velociraptors are meant to be really small as well, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, they changed the size because of new discoveries, didn't they?
Yeah, like velociraptors cooler in Jurassic Park because they're like big.
They're meant to be more like that, that kind of
like actual size 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
no, you just need about like 70 of them to kill you.
Yeah, it's what were they called in The Lost World? Do you remember the guy who gets bitten by all the little ones? He shoots one.
Yeah. I can't remember what they're called, but they all swarm him and just start chewing on bits of him.
Yeah,
don't they?
I think he should have started.
Far worse, wouldn't it?
He should have started eating them. You know, when he pulls one off because it's biting his nose, he should have just bit its head off.
Yeah, that would have been his best weapon.
You eat me, I eat you.
Yeah, and then all the others might have been like, well, he's eating us. Hang on, this is wrong. This is weird.
He's turned the tables.
The dynamic might have saved him. They might have been very dynamic and context-aware dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Taking a step back. Who knows?
Things he should have thought about, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Where's Mikey when you need him?
I don't know. Mikey's he's doing things, but I don't know if they're legit things or if he's just doing, weird paleontologist stuff or teacher stuff. I don't know. You know,
just say he's finding dinosaurs in the floor.
He's finding himself. Maybe that's what he's doing. He's going on a walkabout like they do in Australia, where you go and you walk until you meet the personification of yourself and you discuss these things and you become a deeper, more rounded out human being.
Like in Wayne's World.
Yeah, well, a bit like Wayne's World, yeah. Maybe less.
They find the naked. Yeah. They find Jim Morrison in the desert.
Oh God, I forgot about that. It's been a long time since I watched Wayne's World.
It went straight there, but it's been a long time since I've watched it as well. I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I don't know if I'd want to be stuck in the desert or not. You see it on survival programs, like this man survived a week in the desert, and this is his story, and you go through the story, and then it's at the end you're like, well, he survived, so it looked like fun.
No,
wouldn't have been fun.
Have you not watched Bear Grylls' The Island or stuff like that, where the Bear Grylls goes, okay, we got these people and we just stuck them on an island and said, well, don't die.
I've watched a lot of Bear Grylls, but not The Island.
Yeah, you should watch them. Yeah, because then they'll really put you off. Like, oh yeah, I could survive on a desert island. Nah, I'll be dead. I'd die.
There's creepy crawlies. I just wouldn't want to.
Yeah, all these people on these shows, they sleep on the beach and they've got the sand fleas. So sand fleas will bite you.
Oh no!
Obviously, while you're asleep. Yeah, it sucks. Getting water, boiling it every day to make sure you have clean water, and then also having to find food. It's hard work to live. Thank God our ancestors streamlined it.
No, we're spoiled by taps, aren't we?
We are. Oh, it's great. It's so good.
Think about how good a tap is. If you took a tap away, be like, what?
Just starting a fire. That's a pain in the ass as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to rub shit together and blow on it so it takes all that rubbish.
The wood's got to be dry as well. If the wood's wet, you're fucked.
Wood is always a bad thing.
You don't want wet wood.
No.
Well, maybe you do sometimes.
None of that wet wood. That's how the children thing starts. We've been through that already.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Just being fertile and all that nonsense.
God. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, we've gone there. Damn it. Velociraptors again. Velociraptors, islands, creepy crawlies.
Well,
Change the context.
I think we're about ready to start podcast recording. Do you have like your audio recording going? I've got mine going. I've got a backup recording going as well.
You know what? I don't have it ready at all.
Shit.
Hang on, bear me a second.
Wow,
I'm glad you said, because I wouldn't have had it ready at all. That was a fail.
Unprofessional.
Right, let's go to, I know.
Hope everybody out there in the World Wide Web is doing well. If you're in chat, poop us a message if you like. We'll see him. I see him. I don't know. You'll see him too. You can see the chat, can't you, Brad?
I've got Twitch on.
You got Twitch on, yeah.
I've got
both of them.
We go. Let's see if we can get this recording now. Is it on? It's on.
Hey!
I'm glad you said, because I would have completely forgotten.
And I would have
my
cried by the
podcast
end.
etiquette is clearly crumbled in the 5 weeks I haven't been on.
Oh.
Not like that, or is it longer?
You flex those muscles in a few months' time, though, won't you? You'll have to.
Well, yeah. We'll have to, and figure out how I'm going to record that.
No pressure. No pressure. All right.
In context.
I'm going to play the music, and then we'll talk about some fucking Transformers, won't we? All right, let me play the music. Let's go.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast with me, Andy. And we're joined this week not by Mikey. He's gone off somewhere to do some terrible things, I'm sure. So we've got the man who comes along and puts the zing in your Cocoa Pops. It's Mr. Brad.
Rather have a bowl of the old Zing Poppos.
The Zing Poppos.
I just kind of ran with it. I like the Zing.
Do you miss the Cocoa Pop adverts? I do.
They got really good when the alligator, the bad guy alligator, the main antagonist of the Cocoa Pops adverts, was starting to cause some real crap. He was like starting. Was it like Cocoa Island? Or he was. There was a volcano when he messed with the volcano, and it was a saga.
Yeah,
I feel like we got to miss out the ending. Why did they change?
I think they weren't allowed to
just stop.
They weren't allowed to advertise like sugary things to kids anymore. Fucking kids.
Now kids just buy e-cigarettes.
I know, right? It's disgusting. I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
Exactly.
That's what the whole thing was about. It wasn't about having e-cigarettes. It's have a bowl of cereal. That's better. That's why they took the gifts out of cereal as well. Do you remember when we were kids? You used to have little present, little treat in there.
You just shake the bag. Where's the present? Where's the present? Then open the bag and put your hand in there. No, you have to wait till it comes out in the bowl. Fuck you! No, I'll have to swear, aren't I?
Yeah. You can go for it.
That's right then. Yeah. You got to get the gift straight out.
I chose specifically Sugar Puffs because I wanted some monsters in my pocket, and I tasted one Sugar Puffs and I was like, no more. I don't want to have these. But I wanted the prize.
I was all right with Sugar Puffs, but then someone recently has also said that Sugar Puffs were crap, and I was like, they weren't as good as Cocoa Pops or Frosties. But
I wouldn't say they were crap. I just didn't like the taste of them. You know, I
like a weird texture as well.
Yeah. There's just something
polystyrene.
Let me tell you. To be fair, like my cereal consumption is and has always just been Shreddies. That's it.
It's a solid, it's a solid choice, to be honest.
It's my breakfast every morning. I have a bowl of Shreddies and a banana, and that's me done.
Sugar the Shreddies?
Nope.
See, I grew up sugaring my cereal, so I can't really do cereal without sugar.
I used to have Frosties.
Which was a bad habit.
But yeah, no,
I love Frosties. Sugar Frosties.
Yeah. For me, it's just basic Shreddies. Like I remember at one point I liked All Brand, but that didn't last long.
Was that like? Did you go through a lot of porcelain that month?
Well, my poo was fantastic. It just slid out.
It's like zero wiping as well.
Yeah.
Kind of,
the problem I think
matter.
with the All Brand was it was just like eating twigs, but not like tasty twigs. It wasn't like a twiglet. It was just a bunch of sticks in a bowl.
You need to kind of honey them up. They really are a cereal that tastes like you're eating some kind of backing material.
You could have just been eating the box. You would have had the same experience for the most part.
Exactly that. That's the thing with all brand.
Yeah. I did like Frosties though. Frosties.
Love Frosties. Fruit and Fiber's a solid choice actually, or like bran and fiber, whatever it's called. That stuff's always all right because if you have like the bits of fruit in it.
I could never get away with the dried fruit.
It's not very good for you, to be honest.
I couldn't imagine it would be.
One of my mates was eating banana chips a couple of weeks ago, like thinking he was healthy, and I pointed out the calories to him, and he was a bit horrified. He was like, "I'm a tit." I was like, "Yeah, well, you should have looked at the calories first, because banana chips are like horrendously calorific."
Are banana chips the things you find like alongside, like next to the peanuts, bags of peanuts and stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah. And you get like dried mangoes. Most dried fruit is actually like full of calories.
I would imagine so, yeah, because it's taking all of the moisture from it. That has to be some of the fiber and vitamins and whatnot. Does it just leave the sugar behind then at that point?
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure they put extra sugar into it for the taste.
Oh. So you have like your complex sugars, which are the good ones, and then you've got like extra sugars, which are the bad ones. Oh. Yeah. Well,
dried fruit is a big nay. Even
you heard it here first, folks. No dried fruit for you. You get fucked. Take it home.
Get the dried mango is amazing. It only comes in small quantities.
Oh my god.
It's not bad unless you eat like 12 bags.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that. We're here to talk about Transformers today, though, believe it or not. Not Shreddies, not delicious or terrible cereal bowls. You know, we could do, but we're not gonna. It's Transformers this week. We have some people in chat. I see Hound Streaming says, evening guys. I assume there's being a 6-hour difference between us. Well, it's 8:15 here in the UK at the moment. I don't know where you are, but that's the time we're rocking. So it is evening. You're right on the money. Mr. Brad, are you ready to talk about some third-party nonsense and woo-woo?
Well, let's do it. We've got two third parties to talk about first, haven't we?
We do. Do you want me to take the first story, or do you want to take it?
Oh, go on. I'll take the second one.
All right, I'll take the first one then. It's X-Transbots. It's the MX-32 Jian. It's
well, I think it's Jian because it sounds like a Spanish guy who's got really feminine shoes on.
Oh wow!
Isn't it?
Like sparkly
that's
kinds.
The bad thing.
Rhinestones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Always got time for sparkly shoes, but they're like Swarovski crystal. Swarovski's. I can't even say it. You know those fake crystals that aren't as expensive. Those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had no idea they were called Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski, that's it. Swarovski's crystal. I can't even. It's too much. Too much.
Whatever it is, it's fancy ones. Yeah. It's Rotorstorm. So it's part of their Bastion, which is Defensor. It's a masterpiece scale because, you know, of course it is. It's touted to have a wide range of posability and everything else you would expect from a masterpiece-styled combiner dude from X-Transbots. What do you think of him? Do you think they've replicated the Rotorstorm well? Do you think he's more cartoon or toy? Or what do you think?
Do you mean Blades?
Is it Blades?
Yeah.
Whatever. Same thing.
Same guy.
They're both helicopters. They're both Autobots.
Just helicopters.
Yeah.
I think he pretty much looks perfect. To be honest, I'm not one who's interested in the old third party or masterpiece.
That's true.
Just looking at that helicopter mode makes me drool a little bit from every orifice.
Okay.
Not the bad orifices, because some orifices, you know, sign that something's negative, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
The orifices, you know, I'm salivating. Let's put it that way. The helicopter's amazing. Yeah.
What do you think of the robot, though?
It's with the Scramble City stuff. It's kind of like, well, the robots just look like robots, don't they? They all have the same kind of flat chest crap going on, maybe apart from one or two of them, and the Predacons. But he looks like Blades. I don't think you can complain.
Brad, you just look like a robot.
The Scramble City stuff is all kind of like, well, we made this really small robot and we just put all the vehicle parts on the back of him. Mm-hmm. So you just fold them over. But when you put it into robot mode, it's not going to look like one of the expensive Transformers. It's going to look like robot.
Amazing.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll see. Yes, I'll go with you on this journey. What do you think about the rotor blades sticking into his asshole? Literally, if we look at the side image.
Look at the side image. Where's the side image? They do.
It's right in the poo hole.
Actually come out of his poop hole, don't they?
Yeah, it looks a bit weird.
Him being a robot, is it a poop hole?
I mean, it depends, really, doesn't it?
Anthropomorphically, it's a poo hole, isn't it? So yeah, they come out of his ass. It's a bit of a weird. I mean, they should really come out of his back.
I would say
they could have done something to like have them remove and come out of his back and have those cool wing things coming out of each shoulder. Makes him look badass, but makes it really hard for him to walk through doors.
Looks cool though.
It does look cool. When you would get attacked by a lion, as you do, and they say to like make yourself look bigger. Well, that kind of thing would be handy, wouldn't it?
That's true.
He'd just be like, "Well, look at my wings," and then it would go for someone like Streetwise, wouldn't it? Who's
ironically not very wise for the streets because he gets attacked by a lion.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. These cars should not be in the Serengeti.
It's true.
Like these. I don't know. What do you think? Do you collect these?
No, God, no. I don't have the money to buy Masterpiece style figures. X Transports are not really a style that I like. It looks, I guess, fine. It doesn't really have a striking robot mode though, and we've seen loads of takes on Blades over the years. I don't think this is one that makes me go, oh, this one looks like the definitive Blades. It doesn't really look like the animation model. It doesn't really look like the toy version. It looks like, don't get me wrong, it looks like a Blades, but I'm not sure what style. It's not even a stylized version of him, so I think it's their own. It's
just kind of like
Blades.
Robot guy Blades, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like if I showed you a picture of Blades, and I then like half an hour I told you, draw me Blades. You'd be like, okay.
Like square chest,
red legs, helicopter
Blades.
Blades coming out of his ass. There you go. Yeah.
He's all there.
Yeah, he's all there.
Every single square bit of him.
Yep. And that's fine.
£100, please.
It doesn't look like he can hold his gun desperately well. Like his hand doesn't look like it closes around the grip of the gun. It's in there. It doesn't look like it's going to fall out, but it's not good.
It's a really small gun, like a scout trooper from Return of the Jedi gun. They had tiny guns.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's small, his gun, doesn't it? Like underwhelming.
Kind of a confused facial expression as well. Kind of like he should eat some All Bran, maybe.
Yeah. To at least find out if he likes it or not.
Oh, no one likes it. No one likes All Bran. Unless you're 90. If you're 90, you probably like All Bran.
It's because you need all the help you can get with the toilet.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there not too far off. Posability looks all right. Knees are a little bit ugly when you bend them. As usual, X Transbots are probably functional. I don't know if they're like good quality or not, but it doesn't do a lot for me personally. I think we've seen better. I think if you want like really good Defensor, I'm pretty sure Ocular Max probably one of the better ones. It's probably more expensive though. I said probably too many times in that sentence. Never mind.
£700 for Blades.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's like 80 or something, to be fair.
Yeah.
Probably usually how much they go for. What do you think of the R mode for Defensor? Because there is the last image.
It's pretty solid, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that it depends on how does he, if I'm paying this much for a toy, how does it get from the helicopter to the R mode? Is it going to be a case of transforms properly, and it's properly as in like you don't have to take any shit off, or is it going to be a case of like I need to get some extra bits and plonk them on, and it's not going to do it properly? Combiner Wars did a pretty good job of Blades, like a 20 quid figure. It was the mold they used for all the Alpha Bravo mold, wasn't
Alpha Bravo,
it was pretty good for all of them.
Yeah.
But is this going to be a case of like, well, it's I don't know. It looks like it would transform properly.
I'm wondering because I don't know where you'd store the elbow joint, and I don't know where you'd store the giant hand. Those might be separate parts that you just plug in afterwards, which is, if that's the case, fair enough. But
no fun way to store a giant hand, is there?
Yeah, well, maybe that depends what your proclivities are, I suppose, right?
If you've had some All Bran.
Well, exactly, yeah. Usually a bit of lube helps as well, to be honest, Shove it right in there. I think that the hand has to be separate. Yeah, if that's a deal breaker for you, that's I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know where his legs store.
The legs, the actual arm. The legs going together are the arm. It looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if they're fake because if you look at his just normal legs, I guess they could form the tail of the helicopter, maybe, but I don't even know if they do that.
It's a bit sus, isn't it? The whole thing is sus.
I don't know how this works. Maybe it's just wizardry and magic. Maybe that could be the case. But I
think
looking more and more at it, I don't know how he gets from robot to helicopter.
I think that it looks like the arm plugs into the back of the helicopter.
You mean the giant fist, or do you mean his robot arms?
The whole red, no, in the arm mode.
All right.
You've got the top bit is the helicopter. It looks like the arm just plugs into the back where the tail rotor plugs in vehicle mode.
Yeah, and it's meant to give you a fake kind of faux, these are his legs, his robot legs. Yeah, you might be right.
The tail is nowhere to be seen in robot mode by the looks of it.
And I don't believe that the tail can form that forearm. There's no way, right? Right?
No.
That'd be
There's
crazy.
no way.
Yeah.
The tail could be in his legs, but this is very suspect. £700, please.
700 magic.
£700.
Time warping dimension nonsense. Yeah, I'll at the very least, I'll be interested to see how it transforms and how it does these modes. Will it use magic, or will there be a logistic, logical way of getting these steps to go from tail helicopter to giant forearm to legs of robot?
The Age of Extinction, where everything just changed into flying cubes.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be that.
Yeah.
The answer to everything. As soon as that happened in Age of Extinction, weren't you just that's lazy? There's no ingenuity in that. Everything just changes into flying cubes and then makes a vehicle mode. That's rubbish.
I think by Dark of the Moon, my suspension of disbelief had just died, and I was just whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. Nothing matters.
It's too true, isn't it? Well, the only thing that mattered was how long you've got to sit there and watch it. Whereas Age of Extinction was people are going to want to sit there for 4 hours and watch this.
Are you going to... I haven't asked you this yet. Are you going to see Rise of the Beast? Because if I didn't have to for the podcast, I probably wouldn't, but I kind of have to so I can have an opinion on it and talk about it. Otherwise, I just wouldn't bother.
Having thoroughly enjoyed Bumblebee, I will go and watch Rise of the Beast. But I am a massive fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise. That kind of explains that.
Even the first one, which is so very different from the rest of them.
I actually watched the first one yesterday while I was tinkering with some Game Cubes.
Oh, wow.
I love the first one. Yeah,
it's so different.
Actually, I was going to say the only one I don't like is Episode 9, but that's Star Wars. We won't go there today. No, I love the entire thing.
Wow,
I have done since I was a nipper, since I was 18. Just for its unapologetically, it's just shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great. It's fun shit. Yeah. Whereas Age of Extinction tried to be fun shit and was just
bad.
Fish.
Yeah.
Bad shit.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Brad, do you want to take us on to our next bit of news then? It's not really a third-party company. It's an officially licensed product out to a different company. But what are we talking about?
I just closed the window as you started talking. Yeah. But now I've got to open it again. It's okay. I've got to open it. Just manage. So it is Flame Toys Kuri as official gallery. On the TFW 2005 page, it's a high-quality, non-transforming action figure, and it's a highly stylized rendition. G1 Jazz, but still keeping the spirit of the original design. And it comes with several interchangeable hands and faces, and there's a space between the and faces that doesn't make any sense to me. That's like an extra... Someone's pressed the space bar twice. It is a lovely Flame Toys Kuri
Nailed it.
Done. But I was quite surprised, actually, when I first looked at it, that it didn't have an alt mode. But now that I look at it, it's like, oh... It doesn't look like my first glimpse of it was like, that's War Within Jazz.
Hmm.
It's, if you look, it's got pretty much got the Earth mode don't know. Has it got the Earth mode bits on it?
I mean, it's got his chest boob, and it's got like wheels on the back of his ankles, calves. Yeah,
it's not the push, but it just looks kind of sexy.
It's just like the rest of the Kurakara Kiri line. It's an extremely stylized version, and you're either going to really like these designs or really hate them, or fall somewhere in between, I suppose. Because this is a very Japanese aesthetic, obviously. This is like what I would imagine Trigger, the animation company Trigger, would do for a style.
I was about to say, it looks like a sort of Ganman style, like Gurren Lagann.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like body shape, if you will, with like the really, really tight abdomen and the massive, massive boob. $310, so mega expensive. But I'm assuming there's kind of like die-cast on it, maybe?
Yeah, there's die-cast in the... I think all the joints, if you look at the back of him, you can see like the back of the knees are like metally. Same for the elbows and all that jazz. You're
killing us. It's not something I would buy because it's just not... I don't want to spend that much on anything because it's just not fun. I want to play with something. But you put that on a shelf. You know?
What if you were a millionaire and money wasn't an option, and you could buy this and you could break it and it wouldn't matter? Would you find it more fun if money wasn't an option in Brad's life?
You know, I think I would.
Hey.
Yeah, I think. Would you?
I mean, if I had all the money in the world, I'd probably not, because I don't care that much about jazz. But I do think that these figures, they're obviously worth it, and they're very good for what they are. They're just, very expensive. You just got to have the gumption to put the money forward. I like the fact as well, it seems like you've got a few options with Jazz. You can have the doors on his shoulders. You can have the doors on his forearms. You can have the doors being the wings on his back if you want to have that version of Jazz, because he's had a few looks over the years. He can have his gun on his shoulder. You can have there's his thing. He's got butt flap. The butt flap doesn't look great. Big engine backpack. A few different faces. What's that? Sorry.
The butt flap's removable, I believe.
Yeah. I'm looking at the accessory page. I'm not sure why they gave him a butt flap. I guess maybe to hide his shame. I don't know.
Maybe he's had all brand.
It might be a thing. Is that his classic gun design? Does Jazz have a classic gun design? It looks like
his short. Yeah, he's got a classic gun design. It's like it's more like, it's kind of pointy, his classic gun design. That looks more like his shoulder cannon.
Oh, okay.
Definitely looks like his shoulder cannon.
And then we have fists. We have trigger fingers. We have splayed open fingers, and then we have claws, like angry.
Looks like he's
claws.
I can't really, unless that's some kind of dance hands.
It's like three fingers are splayed open, and then the index finger, the little pinky fingers really curled up.
Picture of him using those.
Oh, that's a good point. That'd be smart, wouldn't it?
True.
The problem is they look quite close to the splayed open ones as well.
If you go to the picture of him, the picture with all of the poses on, like the one with the Transformers logo. The middle one where he's holding his gun, he's kind of got that 3-finger hand holding his gun.
Oh,
that's a weird choice.
Yeah, I don't think. It's maybe not the best hand, but it's not really an issue. It's just a strange hand pose, I suppose.
Yeah. One where he's kneeling down as well, where his hand is on the floor. He's kind of like perched his hand on the floor like a tripod.
Iron Manning kind of pose, kind of deal.
Yeah.
It seems like this Kurakara Kiri kit has a lot more movable options than previous ones like Tarn and Hot Rod, and I can't remember any others, just with the kind of interchangeable bits. Yeah, they did the Tarn. He was really good. I know Mikey really wanted that at one point, so he's just going to have to settle for Legacy and be cheap like me. But yeah, I think this is good for what it is. And even though it is Jazz, and a G1 Jazz is just kind of a shrug to me these days, it looks solid. Looks really good. Like the head design.
Back on what you said earlier with the would you buy this?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you feel like if you buy too many things, then the novelty of buying new things just goes, and you're like, well, that's a new thing I've got today. I don't know if I got really rich. I don't know if I'd buy something like this. I might just stick to what I really knew I wanted.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, the head is lovely.
Yeah, it's just a good one.
I mean, I'd snog him.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they'll do him into Ricochet because they don't usually do repaints.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So this will probably be your one shot, unless they make him into a model kit. Excuse me, which they might do in the future or not. I don't know.
Have they model kitted these before then?
Yeah, some of them are model kitted. Flame Toys do the big expensive ones, which are the Kurakarakiri ones. There are slightly smaller versions of the same big ones for cheaper. And then there are also model kits as well.
The Gunpla style ones.
Yeah, they did like Sexy Windblade.
Flame Toys. Yeah, I know the ones now. I'm with you now. I'm with the company now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like those model kits. Obviously, being a Gunpla man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Left bought that Windblade, and it was. I just wanted to give her a lovely cuddle.
She looks nice.
She's lovely.
I still would like to get one myself, but they're not the easiest things to get a hold of. Is Lufkin the RC?
Oh, Lef will get everything RC. Yeah. Lef is like an RC connoisseur. So anything that comes out that's called RC, well.
You can call him an RC slut if you like. It's okay.
He's a massive RC slut.
Yeah.
Huge RC slut.
Huge.
We like that.
Do we have anything else to say about young Jazz?
Not really. I think maybe like we if he ever became old Jazz, that would be interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to be talking about any old Jazzes on this episode. We are going to talk about another young Jazz, but we'll get to that. Now, Brad, I know you're a big fan of Transformers War for Cybertron 2 Kingdom. You tell me about it all the time, and you say, Andy, you have no idea how well written this show is. Love it. I've got it tattooed on each cheek of my bum how good the show is.
To say it really slowly, just like the pace of the series.
Oi! Well,
what's
if you're
going
tempted,
on with it?
You can buy the digital copy of the complete season, which is 6 episodes of every individual episode, either on Vudu, iTunes, or Amazon Videos. Oh, sorry, this is only Kingdom. I assume the other ones have already came out. Oh, Siege is available in August last year, and Earthrise was available July last year. So now you're going to have all of them in one big horrible smelly pile. Yeah.
Oh, £700.
How much is it? Let's have a check on iTunes to see how much it is.
I'm at Amazon.
How much is it on Amazon?
Oh, one episode is $2.99. Whole season is $14.99. That's dollars, though.
Yeah, that's the same price on iTunes as $14 on iTunes. So I assume that's probably the same for Vudu as well.
Look at Vudu. Oh, Vudu is not available in your region. Thank God for that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it says that for me too. Oh, there you go. So it could be like $20 there. I doubt it, but you never know.
It's always worth checking if it's just Wales, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm assuming there's not a hard copy of these. Not that I'd be rushing to get
There
these.
isn't, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, did you watch them all?
Yeah, I did.
I never finished Kingdom.
Yeah.
It was better.
Like, it was better than the other two. Yeah.
It's like saying, can't think of a really obvious analogy. That's terrible.
It's like saying Coke's better than Dr. Pepper. There you go. There's a controversial one.
Dr. Pepper's like the champion.
Okay, yeah. I meant it the other way around, but fair enough.
It wasn't very good. Everyone got really excited about Earthrise and the War for Cybertron trilogy, didn't they? And then it just turned up to be pretty arse.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It just wasn't anything, was it? It was a bit like that happened.
Never forget that they touted it as the Game of Thrones of Transformers. You remember those articles when they came out?
They seriously?
Yeah. There was an article when Siege came out which said this is the Game of Thrones of Transformers. I can't remember who said it, but me and Stu Dark Ages on Twitter always reminds people of it because it was it's one of those things that you hear and you're like, no one said that, and it's like, no, they did for some reason.
Game of Thrones.
Maybe, but to be fair, it was like Game of Thrones, just the last season of it. Bad.
I need to finish Kingdom then, and I might do that within the next 5 years.
There is, I can tell you, there are no Starbucks coffee cup mugs in the background of shots, unfortunately.
Damn.
I know.
Never mind.
I know. Well, if you really want it, at least you can get it in a digital format, I suppose. So that's nice. I tell you what I would prefer. I would prefer to be able to get Transformers Prime on Blu-ray in the UK. You can't.
Is that going to happen?
No, not at this point. That's already done.
It would be a lovely thing, wouldn't it? That Prime was like really long as well, wasn't it? It was like
3
it
seasons.
Was wonderfully, it was wonderfully long, and it was all good.
Yeah.
All good.
America got it on Blu-ray.
Is it not? It's not one of those multi-region ones, is it?
No, I checked. I got the 4th season Beast Hunters to see if it was, and it's like, no, it's not. Okay. It's a shame. And I think they're out of print now as well at this point because they're quite expensive on like US Amazon. It's a real bummer.
Is it easy to torrent or download? Or I'm pretty sure I've got Prime somewhere.
I think I do have it, but there's something about having it on like a proper DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah, solid copies always like. It's becoming a lost art, isn't it? The hard copy of things.
I think it's like a lot of people prefer digital, which is fair, but I like to have like if it's not on a streaming service, it means you can always watch it whenever you want. If it's on a streaming service, it's one of those things that like Amazon just loses the license or it goes out of the circulation and you're like, oh, well.
It's gone.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. It was here last week. It's not here now. Like going to Blockbusters, right?
Yeah.
Like going to Blockbusters on a Friday evening and be like, I'm going to get this movie. Me and my buddies have saved up our money and we're going to get this really cool movie. It's gone. Fuck.
Put the disc in and it just... Megas XLR is just not ever resurfaced.
Megas XLR? Well, they're not allowed to put that on DVD or Blu-ray. That was a write-off by the company, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, you'll never get it on Blu-ray. It's the same for Symbionic Titan. That was another one that they wrote off and went, nope. It was a tax write-off. It's stupid because Megas XLR was great.
So good.
At least
I've got all the episodes, but like, pants.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
One day. It's never going to happen, is it?
No. No, unfortunately not.
Oh.
Let's talk about Snarl, Mr. Bradley. Let's you have us talk about Snarl.
What happened this week? We got the first. Like a lot of stuff kind of went. Here you go. Have a look at this week. And one of those lovely things was the new leader. Is it Evolution Legacy?
Studio Series.
Studio Series. Of course it is. Yeah. What am I talking about? Studio Series Snarl, who looks rather exactly like you'd expect Snarl to look. And he's got a sword, which is one thing, because none of the other Dinobots have come with melee weapons.
Is that true?
Have they? Oh, I think Grimlock had one. I think they've all got them.
Oh, okay.
They haven't.
Snarl doesn't have one. The Triceratops dude. Or at least he's not pictured with one.
Oh, Slag. No, he doesn't.
Ah.
Anyway, whatever I said, it was wrong. Yeah. Accuracy today. Snarl, yeah, really, really kind of like excited about this because think about the Dinobots, right? When they announced Leader Grimlock and we just had the Power of the Primes Dinobots, I was like, to buy another set. Oh, I don't have to buy anything, but it's like another set of Dinobots. Here we go. All right, let's give Grimlock a go. And then Grimlock arrived and bored of Grimlocks. They all do the same thing.
Yeah.
They've all done the same thing since G1, but it was really good. It's the first Grimlock I think I've ever bought and gone like, wow, this just does Grimlock well. I'm happy with this.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I bought the other two as well. So I've got Sludge and Slug or Slag, whatever we like to call him. And they're great. So I'm more than happy to throw down 50 quid.
Oh, wait a second. Exhale Hedge in chat says those are third-party swords. Only Cartoon Snarl had a sword.
All right.
There you go.
I was right. Okay. Far more accurate than I thought. They're behind up there on the shelf, so I didn't have any way to check. Third-party swords, eh? Third-party swords.
I like it. They're on a shelf behind me. There's no way I could check.
Well, they're kind of like the back of the shelf, and
okay.
by view.
They're at that weird angle. Yeah. Okay.
I could stand up, but my headphones will really jag on my ears, and it would hurt. Snarl looks good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy Snarl, and I like the way they space these out as well. It's not like a 50 quid Dinobot, 50 quid Dinobot, 50 quid Dinobot. It's 50 quid Dinobot. Then you get a couple of months to have some pasta and have a drink of squash.
Oh.
50 quid Dinobot. Then you can go for a run and drive to some kind of castle ruins to have a wander around on a nice day, though. And then you 50 quid Dinobot. And it's quite nice that they've spaced all of these out. And they've been readily available as well. It's not a case of like everyone thought it was going to be like, you can't get these because they've all sold out. Now, like, I saw a sludge the other day, still available, 50 quid.
Did you got the sludge, right? Because I heard that sludge's quality control was very, very iffy. Like, a lot of people did not like the sludge because he was so wonky on QC.
There was there was like I think loose limbs, but there was also the plastic. A rich Zort rider got his, and the plastic was kind of half yellowed. It was like marbly, like half yellowed and half like silver. Mine's fine, but I never bothered by that kind of stuff.
Oh.
It's as it says, I buy it. But then I know people are very finicky. Well, that word
finicky
about about like the quality control.
Yeah,
and I understand that. Like, we like to have a perfect example. Sludge had a couple of problems.
Okay, but not to the point where it bothered you personally.
Well, the one I got was perfect. So, ironically, the one person who didn't care about whether his sludge had 80 marbling in it didn't get it.
Damn. Nice to
not
be
giving
Brad.
him away. He's mine.
He's mine. I will say that Snarl looks really clean. Like, he's probably got the cleanest back of all of the Dinobots. I think I've seen some people say, like, some of the backs have a lot of kibble and whatnot. This guy he doesn't have a giant dinosaur hanging off his back, which is pretty nice. And the backs of his legs are tidied up as well. Yeah, he's just like the old Snarl for the most part.
What looks really good, I think, is the arm. Even though the arms have got those like golden bits hanging off the back of them, which are his feet, it's tidy.
Yeah,
it's fine, and people can gripe about that all they want. It's very tidy. The originals didn't have that. I think this is how many Snarls have we actually had? There was the Power of the Primes one, which I thought was brilliant, and there wasn't an animated Snarl, was there? It was just, there was Grimlock and Slug.
Yeah.
Is this only like the third Snarl we've ever had?
I don't think there are many.
Age of Extinction. Not many Snarls, are there?
Not many.
G2 as well. But I don't really think there's a bad Snarl.
Oh, that's a statement.
I don't think there is a bad Snarl. Even that Age of Extinction, Age of Extinction green one was pretty good. Yeah. His head is lovely.
Yeah, it's apparently the head is one of those things where it's accurate to 1 or 2 frames of animation, but obviously not all, as a lot of designs from G1 are. They're either on point for this one shot or not at all, just because of how fluid the designs tend to be on blessed old G1.
They took care. I mean, have you got these?
No, I didn't care too much about the Dinobots to be willing to fork out 50 quid for them, to be honest. And it's been a long time since Grimlock came out, right? Long time.
Yeah, that was Grimlock was the starter studio series, wasn't he? It was the first wave with Hot Rod.
No, well, he wasn't the first studio series, but he was probably like one of the earliest studio series to do the studio series, quote unquote, 86.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. The first wave of 86.
Yeah, probably
the first wave of 86.
Yeah.
They're good, but to be honest, I'm kind of glad that after this we're done with the Dinobots.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, no, we're not away. There's no way. The Dinobots get on my nerves because everyone's it's a bit like the Seekers. Everyone's just like, oh, let's just absorb them.
Yeah,
I just find them a bit. They're cool, but they're not that cool, and they're not that interesting.
It's like Prime and Bumblebee as well. They get a lot of representation frequently. Apparently, Excel Hedge says a leader going for over $150 on eBay. Do you mean the Grimlock?
Grimlock, wow.
$150 on eBay?
Honest, that would make sense.
Yeah, people love
that
Grimlock.
First wave of Studio Series is the Studio Series 86 is, apart from Blur, is going up a bit.
Damn! Wow.
Yeah. the hot rod's going up a bit as well because that second hot rod, the Velocitron one.
Oh yeah.
They've turned around now and said like there's no plans to release that. I think.
Oh really?
Pretty sure they said that. Yeah. So now hot rod's gone up in value.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Well, fair play. Shall we move on to rumours, Mr. Brad?
Yeah. Shall we speculate?
Let's speculate because I'll run down the names and all that jazz, and we could. Do you want to go by them? Do you want me to run through the entire list first, or do you want to go each name by each name?
Let's go one at a time.
All right, one at a time. So this is the legacy line of 2024, so 23 to 24. They've also started throwing in uni for some reason. Not
exactly that's universe.
Sure. You would think so, but then it'd be legacy universe. So is the next.
Unicycle?
Maybe. Ooh, there you go. Transformers Uni Core, so it's a core class figure, Rock 1.
It's like a really small version of the Rock, with like a people's elbow action, yeah.
People were thinking like Rock Lords, but I'd be surprised.
There's a couple of Rocks, aren't there? Yeah. Rock. What could Rock be?
I don't know. Because there is a DLX Rock. I think that's... It doesn't actually sell. Oh, that'll be a deluxe. So it'll be a deluxe Rock 1. So there's going to be Rock 1 and Rock 1. One bigger, one small.
Rock 2 and there's a Rock 2 in Uni Deluxe as well.
Oh yeah, bottom. There you go. Yeah.
Near the bottom. Yeah. So that'd be an interesting one.
I guess, yeah. If they are Rock Lords, that'd be kind of fun. It'd be different.
Yeah.
Ballsy. Bit more interesting than Junkions from my perspective, if it was that.
Yeah. I mean, the Junkions thing, I bought Scrap Heap yesterday, actually, and he's actually a lot more fun than I thought he'd be. But do I want that many Junkions?
I mean, I wouldn't, but, I could see people wanting them. If you can really, like, mix them up and splice them together, I could see it. This one might interest you. We've got Core Energon Megatron.
I'm not big on the cores, but I'll get an Energon Megatron any day of the week. It's going to be a repaint, though, isn't it?
Of what?
Or a retool.
Of who? Who would you do into Energon Megatron?
Can't think of all the core figures right now.
Soundwave, Hot Rod, the Megatron, which is a tank. Yeah, well, I don't think they use that guy. Starscream.
Maybe Starscream.
Really? They've already used that mold too many times.
They haven't actually. There isn't really a mold there that you could make into a decent Energon Megatron, is there? So maybe.
Really. Yeah, and maybe this is a way to... Like, he wasn't the most complex Transformer back when he came out in Energon. He's fairly few steps, so maybe they could just make him
White Jet, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be an easy retool.
Could be interesting. And then you can just repaint him into Galvatron, right? The purple one later on.
Oh, yeah.
Easy
enough. The sexy one.
Yeah.
But they're both quite nice, weren't they?
Which one did I prefer? No, I think the Galvatron. No, maybe the first one. The Megatron maybe was nice.
Yeah, I'll go with the first one because it's nice, clean white.
I think I preferred like the Voyager compared. I had the Leader, but I think the Voyager looked
too
better.
Big. The Voyager was best. The Leader was way too big.
It also had the Voyager had better colors. Like he was actually the show colors, and he had a better face. It was weird.
Oh, I only ever had the Leader as well.
The Leader had a blue face, like his the back of his wings, and I'm pretty sure that the Voyager had like the proper grey face, didn't he?
Yes, as far as I remember.
It's weird. Weird choices.
The Leader was too.
Sorry?
I was going to say the Leader was just too big, smashy, like too big.
Yeah, he felt like a Voyager beefed up to it was Ultra, I think, wasn't he? Not even a Leader. He was way big, super big.
Ouch.
We have Core Beast Wars Tasmanian Kid. I think that'd have to be a new mold as well, surely, right?
Yeah. What is the Tasmanian Kid? Do we know?
Yes. I don't know how he was one of the smaller like Beast Wars figures.
Right.
Chad, do you remember what Tasmanian's Kid's or normal name was, or was it just Tasmanian Kid? Because I only really remember him from Robot Masters as the blue furry dude.
Oh, it's that guy.
It's the brown version of him. Yeah, he was in Beast Wars Neo, I think, as the main character. Yeah, I'll be that guy.
Oh, okay, that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, and again, I don't think you can anything from maybe if you heavily remolded the Rat Trap, maybe you could use the Rat Trap transformation scheme, but then remold everything about it. Just use the way it transforms and just make it a little bit bigger. Maybe that would work.
You can work that magic nowadays, can't they? They can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they've done it before.
Sometimes you look at a figure and it's like, oh, that's it's like with Runabout and Runamuck.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a wheeljack in there. That's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Using the bones of the dead.
Bones. Oh, Mikey knows about bones.
He knows, horrible Mikey. There's also first deluxe figure, which is animated Bumblebee. So I mean, good luck to him. Good luck to him.
Yeah, it's going to be G1ified and annoy everyone. So automatically, I'm going to love it. just for it causing the anger with everyone. Wow, that's not animated Bumblebee. And
I'll be doing that. I'll be wobbling my jowls.
Oh.
I'll have to.
I'll buy one and send you it for free then.
I don't believe you.
Well, if I remember, I will.
It'll be fun to see him at least. I tell you what would be nice for them to do. Don't know whether they will do him into Wasp.
Yeah, because we never really got. There was an official Wasp, actually, wasn't there?
There was, but did it come out?
Though? It was an activator.
It would have been an activator.
Like the oil slick, wasn't it? The oil. It was like one of the cancelled figures, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was announced, but I don't think it ever properly got released. I could be wrong. And I remember they did an activator out of Cliffjumper, which was the only way to get Cliffjumper. But I don't think they did Wasp, which is a shame.
I remember seeing Wasp, but like you said, I don't think it was released.
No. It's in my brain, though.
Yeah.
That has to be a unique figure as well. I don't even know what, depending on how they changed the Bumblebee, the animated Bumblebee. I don't know what you'd use to make him or what you'd make from him.
Did they do it from skids?
I don't think so. Skids, and they're also doing crosshairs from skids.
They?
Yeah, not crosshairs, crosscut, which is the silver version.
Yeah. The red wheels I quite like.
The red wheels were good.
They've caused a lot of controversy as well. I like the red wheels. But going back to Bumblebee.
Wait, why the red wheels cause controversy?
Well, people hate the red wheels. I think they look cool, like a 1980s BMX.
Is it just because they don't like the wheels being red, or is there like a legit reason for it?
They don't like the wheels being red.
Oh.
Sad, because I like red wheels.
Oh, wheels are
I'd
cool.
be tempted to buy them. Yeah.
Just paint the rubber bits black, and then you can have the rim. Is that what they're called? The rim red? And that would look quite cool as well. I don't know. Animated Bumblebee. Any thoughts on that?
I'll buy it.
Yeah. Big chin or lack of big chin?
I'm hoping for like enormous chin, cranial fortitude central.
XL Hedge says animated bee with no sari, boo.
Maybe they would though.
I don't think they would.
Maybe they would. No.
Yeah, I think if you wanted a sari, that might creep into the Buzzworthy line, but we'll get to once again Buzzworthy being a complete
Buzzworthy line is just amazing, isn't it?
It's so weird. This one's quite an interesting one. Rescue bot Chase. So we're going to get the first legit rescue bot.
It's like the police van.
Car.
Yeah.
Not van.
Yeah. If that's a nice one, I'll get that one.
Yeah.
Would that be like a retool, or would it be like a? You wouldn't think that would be a unique figure.
You wouldn't have thought so.
If off the list, if you went for like that's going to be a retool. I wouldn't think it would be like a.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. I mean, I would have thought we would have the fire truck guy done out of Bulkhead by now, but we still haven't. That still hasn't been touched, seemingly.
Yeah, hasn't it?
No,
he's got like very similar face.
Well, yeah, it was just more like because I'm pretty sure that guy has a big, like fire truck for a boob. That's why I always thought that he could be that guy from Rescue Bots, but I don't know what you'd make from Chase, or maybe you'd use. I don't think you'd use animated Bumblebee, depending maybe how animated Bumblebee looks. I guess maybe.
Did you use like Hoist and Trailbreaker, Police Mode them? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. It could be just new.
Yeah, no, I can't see them. Hopefully, it's new. I'd love to see it new.
Same. But again, I don't know. Then, as you mentioned, Deluxe Rock 1. Again, we've talked about that. Deluxe, I'm guessing it's Cyberverse Bumblebee Windblade, because it says CYB, so I'm guessing that's Cyberverse.
I just went for like Cybertron Mode Windblade. Could be Cyberverse, but I mean,
let's be fair. Most Windblades look the same. At the end
yeah,
of the day.
they're all kinds of Cybertron modes, aren't they? Because if you go at the bottom, I know I'm jumping. It's CYB Chromia. Is there a Cyberverse Chromia?
Yeah, she was in Cyberverse as well, so it could be Cyberverse Chromia. But again, Cyberverse Chromia is kind of a G1 style Chromia anyway. And if they're G1ing things up, they'll just look G1, I would imagine. They're not going to have the slightly more cartoony, lanky proportions of those figures anyway. A new Windblade figure would be nice because I think it's actually been a while since we had a new Windblade, you know.
Last one was Titans.
Yeah, the Titan Master one. That's
like
the last one
line,
I know. Yeah.
There was a Cyberverse one, wasn't there?
No. Well, there was a shitty kid one. There wasn't like a deluxe figure one.
We haven't had like a main collector line one. That'll be sexy.
Potentially.
Both Windblades as well. Have you seen how much Titans Return Windblade goes for now?
No.
It's like 80 quid.
What about the Legacy one, the Japanese one? That has to be more, right? I've got that one.
Do you mean like the what? Oh, the Legacy one. Yeah,
Legends. Legends. That's what.
In the square box, yeah.
Yeah,
that might go for quite a bit.
Yeah.
That was kind of those were sexy because I know that that they're a slipstream and that slipstream goes for quite a lot as well.
Oh yeah.
I had Black Arachnia as well. Why did I sell all that?
Hey, hang on, you got rid of big titty Black Arachnia, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I need to buy a house.
Damn, you pimped her out to get a house.
I did.
Damn, son.
Jelly boobs are gone. Jelly boobs.
But yeah, I'm really interested to see what they do with the new Windblade. They could potentially, I mean, they did it before. They could make her into a slipstream.
Yes.
Because the very first Windblade figure was turned into the slipstream that you were talking about. So
Legends, yeah.
Yeah, the Legend one, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they do it here. I'd be down with that. Yeah, as long as it doesn't look like the very first Windblade, because that figure just looks bad because it has an ugly face. Not. It
does have a weird face.
Yeah.
Still find it sexy though.
Oh. Well, that's, yeah. You know.
I love the transformation on that figure.
I thought you could talk about a face being sexy again. Ooh, I love the divots in her face. I love being able to see the bones.
I'll panel line that face so it stands out even more.
Her gears for her.
Oh God. Kerosene.
Kerosene? Doesn't that explode? Hang on.
Jet fuel in it.
Oh, it's kerosene. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I feel her jet. Yeah. Right. There's also Deluxe Gears, G1 Gears. People love Gears. I don't care about Gears.
No, I don't. He's got a stupid head.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay.
I'll probably buy him though.
It won't.
For
it won't
the
be
sake
for
of
me.
like.
You've got pipes, don't you?
For the sake.
And Huffer, so yeah, he'll go well with them.
I'll just buy him because he's one of the. As much as I make fun of people for wanting the complete Ark crew, it's exactly what I'll do.
Oh no!
Yeah, I do it in the full, in the full realization of my hypocrisy. I will buy Gears despite his stupid head.
Well, that's all
because
right.
I want a G1 collection.
You'll get it. I believe in you. There's G1 Sure Shot to go along with Point Blank. Hopefully he'll be better than Point Blank because
That's the one I'm most excited about.
Sure Shot or Point Blank? Oh, you're excited for Sure Shot, but you didn't like.
Of all of these, I'm more excited for the one I'm most excited for is Sure Shot.
Yeah, because he's the yellow one, and he looked neat. He was a cool space buggy, sand buggy
thing, wasn't he? Yeah, he was awesome. But then I was never. Yeah, you're right about Point Blank. I was really looking forward to Point Blank, and then he was kind of like, he's all right. He's not like amazing.
I hear a lot of bad things about him.
It's fine. I find him okay. It's just kind of he's not as good as he maybe could have been. He wasn't a highlight.
I think a lot of people were really disappointed with how not only the shoulders but the elbow bend doesn't do a lot. The way that the shoulders go, they kind of the way that they're cut, they twist at an angle because of how the doors point up.
My biggest problem was the way the arms transform.
A lot of people didn't like that, right?
It's just not very fun.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like his proportions in robot mode are a little bit like scatty.
He's all leg, isn't he?
Too big. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No.
And neither do I.
Oh.
So it's okay.
Oh. I mean, these are no Titans Return Decepticon Target Masters. I think that's going to be the problem with them when you put them, because those Titan misfire Slug Slinger and Trigger Happy. Granted, they were all the same mold, the same transformation. They look
felt
good,
different, didn't they?
Yeah, they're great.
They all felt completely different. And if you see how much Misfire goes for now?
No, how much?
That's a good £100.
See, I got like the Legends version of Slug Slinger and Misfire, but I got the normal release of Trigger Happy. I kind of regret not upgrading him to the big boy version, but they still look good together.
They're beautiful. I've got just the regular ones, and I think they're amazing.
Pretty much around that time period, I was primarily just like, I'll just get the Japanese ones because they were just better.
Well, I miss better Japanese toys.
Same, yeah. They're not allowed to do them.
No, because the Unicron trilogy.
Yeah,
it's the best example of it, I think.
Yeah,
better toys.
More accurate, a lot more accurate.
Oh, beautiful plastic.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful plastic, 100%. There's also Rock 2, which we talked about, and like Brad mentioned earlier, there's what we assume to be Cyberverse Chromia, which would be nice. Again, we haven't had a Chromia since. Ooh.
There was the Power of the Primes, or the bike one was Generations T30.
Was that?
That was my favorite. That was my favorite one. Or was it just Generations? Yeah, there was
What was the Power of the Primes one that you mentioned?
Wasn't it the blue car version that could become like it was kind of like a combiner version of her? Was that Chromia?
That almost sounds familiar.
Sure, there was. No, yeah, I had it and I sold it because it was rubbish. It was shite.
Oh,
it was like a long space car. I think Power of the Primes Chromia wasn't very good. Then what were pass?
No,
the bike one I thought was the best one. The bike one was amazing.
She was all right. Yeah, she had a lot of bike on her back, but it was kind of like a Cybertronian bike, wasn't it? It was kind of Tron Cycle, if I remember, something like that.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah,
it was neat.
I've got that one somewhere.
Even though it was just a repaint and obviously a retool, it was all right. I never got it, but I was like, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's fine. We also have more exclusives coming, apparently, in the future. Generation Select stuff. So I don't know how these are going to turn out. Maybe they'll be great. Maybe they won't. We have got little in quotations here. So the first two selects are already known as Deluxe Magnificus, which is Black Preceptor, and the Titan Guardian Robot, which I can't remember what that is. That's probably
Omega Supreme, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Blue Omega Supreme, right?
Yeah.
They have these are the three coming this year. What I've seen. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% which Headmasters Select 5 is going to be specifically. We haven't got. We'll go down the list and we'll talk about them as we go. So, Transformers Generation Select Dix. Penis. Triggercon Windsweeper.
I don't know which one Windsweeper was.
Windsweeper was the maroon and purpley brown one. The plain.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a nice one.
I would imagine you do that from Needle Nose.
I mean, Needle Nose is quite a lovely mold, isn't it? So yeah, it would make sense.
Well, I pick Needle Nose as he's the latest jet. What other jet do you pick from recent times? It's a deluxe. And I think he's got similar jet mode. Like it's like you kind of squint and you go, I'd probably pass for Windsweeper.
Oh yeah, no, I'm completely with it. Windsweeper, yeah. I was just going back. I just googled it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just recolor. It's a bit of a longer nose, isn't it, on Windsweeper? But it's a bit more like a passenger plane.
I think like if you wanted to, they could probably take the nose cone part off of Needle Nose and swap that over for a new piece if they wanted to go the extra mile.
I don't think jet accuracy is going to be a priority.
No, I doubt it. not for a Generation Select figure. I'd be surprised. Apparently there'll be 8 per case, but who really cares about that? This next one's easy, really easy. Transformers Generation Select Voyager Predacon Antagony. Do you know Antagony?
Black Inferno?
Yeah, Black Lady Inferno.
Ooh.
It's a lady.
Oh, there's a picture of her there.
Yeah. It's the Botcon repaint from years and years ago. The eyes are her boobs.
Like full eyes. So there's going to be a new ant head then? There be a new... maybe they might not do a new ant head.
I don't think so, because I don't have the Inferno, but isn't the Inferno ant head just the normal ant head? They don't faux it, do they? There he is. They need to move the eyes upwards, like more to the center, if they're going to be like accurate boob.
A boob job.
Otherwise, those are going to be like side boobs. They'd be like hanging off your rib cage. That's weird.
They might not go for the female form.
Damn.
Because that's landed people in shit on Twitter in the last couple of years, hasn't it? Yeah.
That's true. They might give her a new
shit on Twitter.
They might give her like a proper head though, right?
I'd have thought so. Because you can't really have Inferno's head, can you?
Not really.
Not sexy enough to be a femme.
No. And I think the head design there looks quite nice, so it'd be good to get a proper one.
They might just go like, just leave it as it is.
Maybe
it's a gen select.
I hope not, but it'd be nice for a redo. But I'd happily get Antagony. You like Inferno, right? I hear good things about him.
Yeah. He's the only Beast Wars figure I've kept.
Oh, sheesh.
But so far, I was going to dive into Beast Wars and then kind of thought I don't really have the room for this, and then didn't dive into Beast Wars. But now that I'm going to be having my own house, and I wished I dived into Beast Wars, but I can do without it. It's fine. It's fine. If they show up at some point in something at TF Nation and I buy a few, then happy days.
Yeah, you might be able to get them in like the little plastic baggy boxes, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to be massively expensive for the next couple of years.
Yeah,
might be. If they do, I'll go without them. I can go without them.
You'll regret and hate them. Exel Hedge says or asks, did Inferno have a mutant head? I don't think he did.
The original, I don't think did.
Yeah,
no.
I think it was just his head. I think they got out of that phase by that point. I've got one up in my display case, and I'm 90% sure he doesn't have a. I think he's like one of the most accurate toys to the show model.
It was a later toy, wasn't he? Inferno.
Yeah, which is probably why he was accurate.
Oh, you've got display cases.
Oh yeah.
You still got a big collection.
Yeah. I've just sold most of the ones I didn't want, and then I've still got loads that I still like to shift. But I've kept I've got most of the Prime stuff, which is sad because it's not the best, but they're fun figures. But some of them, they came out at the wrong time.
Plastic was light on some of them, wasn't it? Like it was the oil Knockout crisis. Was light.
Oof.
Yeah.
The oil crisis ruined that line. It's sad. I got all the animated stuff for the most part. Lots of G1 and G2. And then some, the Chug stuff like Titans and
Man, I don't know why I assumed you sold. In my head, I just had Andy sold all his stuff.
No, I just sold like the shit I didn't want to you.
Yeah, you did.
I tried to, like Energon and Cybertron and stuff like. I still like those figures, but they were ones I was like, they gotta go. Oh, I got a load of Beast Wars as well. Load of Beast Wars.
Cool.
Yeah. What if they use Transmetal Anthead? Oh, from Scavenger? Is that what he was called? Do you remember that head, Brad? The giant Transmetal. You haven't seen Scavenger? Scavenger?
No.
He's really cool. That's
a
really
original
good
Beast Wars figure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was basically Transmetal Inferno, but he had a different name for some reason.
Ooh. No, I'd never seen the Transmetal version of him.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's got a stupid head though. I really don't like the head. It doesn't look like Inferno at all. He's got horns on the side of his head and a really big cheesy grin. Like someone's told him he doesn't need to eat all brand for breakfast ever again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, I thought you must have.
Oh, no, I love that head. That head's amazing.
I don't think it would work well for Antagony, though.
Would be funny.
If Antagony has Scavenger's head. Oh, all right.
Would be funny.
And then the next one up is the DLX G1 Headmaster, which, as the person said, they don't know who it is.
Apparently, they are looking at re-releasing. There was like a strong rumor they were going to re-release Misfire.
Really? Well, he's not a Headmaster, though.
Would it?
No, I mean technically he is because he's a Titan Master, but that would be
Headmaster
weird.
Be then?
Why would they re-release Misfire only?
There was like a really strong. Oh no, it was unless they were talking about all three jets. There was like like they re-released Hardhead and Chrome Dome in the G1 packaging. There was like a really strong rumor they were going to re-release the Decepticon jets.
Damn, that'd be quite good if they did.
Yeah, people can get them then.
Yeah, it would bring down the value of my Japanese ones, but
like Slug Slinger was like was like the hardest one to get, but then Misfire commands the most price now. I don't get it.
Because he's bright.
Misfire was general release. He is pretty, isn't he?
He's very pretty, very pretty.
Very pretty.
And also we have some recent arrivals in US ports. There's the Transformers Generation Fan Fest, which I don't know what that is, apart from just a good time with a lot of drugs. Transformers Generation Legacy Dix Penis. EVW1 Medics, which I think we've seen that before. That was the Skids redone into the white version. If you've never seen that, I think it's that probably. And then there's the Transformers Bumblebee MV7. Oh, fuck that is. Jungle Mission Pack 1.
Movie 7.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, good call. Movie 7 Pack 1. There you go. Medics seems to be a Walgreens exclusive based off the listings. Same as Minerva was. Oh, I didn't know that was the case. And the Buzzworthy Jungle Mission set includes the recently leaked deluxe Cheeto. Oh, the really nice Cheeto. The Cheeto that everybody likes and not hates because it looks nice.
It does look nice. It'd be Bumblebee and Cheeto then, won't it?
I guess, yeah. Not a bad pack to go.
No, if it's actually, that's Buzzworthy Bumblebee, isn't it? So it could be Cheeto and a bad guy. Doesn't necessarily have to be Bumblebee in there.
I don't know.
Bumblebee Movie 7 Jungle Mission Pack, yeah.
Sometimes they shove in a Bumblebee regardless. Remember the insect pack where they just put Goldbug in?
Yeah. Actually, I got that recently.
From Game, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got it for 20. No, it was from. I think I got it from Sports Direct for 20 quid.
Oh, yeah, you got it from Game.
Scalped it.
That's why all games go now to die. Games a lot of games don't. The game stores have moved to Sports Direct now.
They have.
It's weird.
Poor game. Oh shit, weren't they? They were rubbish.
Do you want to take the next story, Mr. Brad? Unless you've got something.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Else.
The next one is
the big story. Damn.
Oh, that's the old Jazz, isn't it?
It is the old Jazz. Oh, it's Young Jazz. Young Jazz.
So Young Jazz, the brand team sat down with multiple fan sites, streamers, and the like, and they discussed all things Transformers. But the reveals we got at the first live stream of last week, and they were able to talk about things that might be coming. So, short notes from the brand. Should we just go through the notes they made from the brand team roundtable?
If you want, I asked Mikey, and I don't think he said there was anything super interesting in there.
Well, I don't think there is, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, mainly this is about the reveal of Jazz, to be honest, and these had the best pictures of the Jazz. So
I'm so glad you said that, because there's a lot to go through.
Yeah, we don't need to go through the questions. That's why I asked Mikey specifically, did they say anything interesting? And it was like, not really.
I love it. But yeah, I was... so they've done, as we got the Cybertron mode... I don't remember what it was actually called, but it was Cybertron mode Bumblebee, wasn't it? The
Bumblebee Origins Bumblebee.
Origins, that's the one.
Yeah.
So we now have Origins Jazz, which is kind of a nice surprise, to be honest, isn't it? You'd think they'd have done a Wheeljack first, but no, we're getting a Jazz, and I'm quite excited about this.
It's completely unique mold as well, which is again, what the fuck is the Buzzworthy line? Because now it has two unique molds that are only available in the Buzzworthy line, and then everything else is random repaints from everything else.
Someone somewhere, I feel like someone at Hasbro went like, let's just have this wild card line where any shit can come out at any time, and we're not going to tell anyone about it. It's just going to go boom in your face, and then Origins Jazz was just like, and everyone was just like, whoa.
I'm so disappointed that I don't have the Origins Bumblebee. Do you know how much Bumblebee Origins is online on eBay? It's 50 quid.
50 quid.
50 quid. I'm like, fuck me.
Got it for I think he got it for me in Secret Santa in Christmas 2021.
Oh, so you got it for free? Oh, lardy jar, fucking Brad.
Technically, I had to buy someone else a present, so it was for free, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, you bastard. Bumblebee Origins is one of those figures that I might have to employ somebody to try and dig through bags at a convention to see if they can find me one, because I don't want to pay 50 fucking quid for one.
Show up somewhere.
Yeah, I want him with his rods, though, his stupid Energon rods. I don't want him not to have them.
Stupid Energon rods.
Yeah.
Nobody wants. Oh, everyone's going to want the Energon rods when the Wheeljack comes out, aren't they?
Well, you'd hope that he'd come with some.
Wheeljack.
Yeah.
Wheeljack. Yeah, this just Jazz kind of excites me. He
looks so good. He's really good. Like the head sculpt's amazing. Super accurate.
It's a nice curveball, isn't it? It's like have a Jazz. Then the buzzworthy line is that thing where everyone's like, well, when is it coming out? And Hasbro are like, in your lifetime?
Maybe, yeah, sometime. Yeah. It's shocking because I would not have said like, oh yeah, they're gonna do more of these G1 cartoon origin Cybertron molds ever again. It's like Bumblebee was that weird one. It's the buzzworthy line. They're just doing it because haha, fuck you, it's Bumblebee. Isn't that kind of cute and unique? But they're just like, oh, Jazz, sure. How far do you think this line's gonna go? Do you Wheeljack? Probably. That would make sense.
How many are? I mean, we've already got a Tetrajet.
To be honest, I don't like that mold. I don't like Siege as an entire toy line. I think most of Siege is shitty for the most part.
I think it was very tactical to get Siege out first.
Soundwave.
Soundwave was awful.
What a piece of shit. Yeah. If you do a new Tetrajet, I say do a new Tetrajet at the deluxe scale. So it kind of fits in with these. I'd be down for that. And then you paint 6 versions of them because there's Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, and then there's the Rainmakers. So you could justify those. That's fine. They were in that one episode, and they shot the little ring of fire. Whatever. But apart
names
from
and backgrounds and wives.
The only other one you could do is like do Soundwave at a deluxe scale, and I say deluxe scale because there's no way you could justify him at any other scale apart from core class because his arms just stick out and his legs stay together. That's it.
But then the Siege one does have a lamppost mode, doesn't it?
I mean, you could do it with like most Soundwave
is
toys.
Is it official?
No.
An official lamp? I couldn't remember whether it was actually
I don't think so. I mean, if you could do it with 90% of all Transformer toys, it didn't even have to be Soundwave. I wouldn't say it's a very...
It's rubbish.
I'd
like to see if they did do Soundwave, they make it like an interesting lamppost mode. Like
you'd have to do like stupid shit. Yeah. Or he could come with a really intricate laser beak to make up for the fact he doesn't do anything.
It would be fine, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely fine. How many Transformers are there with Cybertron modes in the G1 cartoon? There's Wheeljack, Bumblebee, Jazz, the Seekers.
Yeah, Soundwave, laser beak, and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah, that is it, isn't it?
Unless you want to count the ladies when they go back to Cybertron, like Moonracer and them.
And Dion and all that.
Dion and Orion packs. But there's very, very few. So I'd be down for them making up shit, like making up modes for them. I'd be okay with that.
They've already kind of done that though, haven't they? With Siege
off. They don't look like this though. Look at that. Look at little Jazz in his cool little soapbox mode.
Let's just make a generic little space car. But it's a wonderful little space car.
And like that's 80s as fuck. I'm not sure if they can design like that anymore because like no one would design that now. No one would design a vehicle mode like that now. No one.
Something like F-Zero, isn't it? This is what F-Zero did. It's like let's just make little space cars. Yeah, space cars.
Cars.
I'd be up for them chucking a few out every now and again.
Yeah.
Not retools though. Not retools. Not repaints. I don't want repaints. I want like new molds.
I mean, if the reason I say do the Tetrajets is because Hasbro loves repaints and the 6 minimum easy.
Yeah.
It's
always the case. When the new Seekers started to come out, I was like, I'm not buying them. It took me forever to get the fucking deluxe ones, and then like Katie bought me Starscream, and I was like,
"Oh, you bitch!
This is really good. I'm in."
Yeah, you bitch! I had to get them now.
Actually, well, they're re-releasing Dirge, aren't they now?
They are. That means they'll probably re-release all of the. You've got most of the Amazon ones anyway, because didn't you get some? Them. Yeah,
all of them. Yeah, I got all of the. I got remember Dirge and Ramjet being like stupid money.
Yeah,
but then Thrust I paid £70 for. Woo! And me and Zortrider were talking about it for a week. Like, do we pounce on these or do we just leave it? And we kind of decided we can afford it and might not come out. I'm glad we did because the price just went up and they didn't come out. You can't get Thrust now really for a decent price anyway, can you?
Probably not.
So £70 for a Voyager, that was good, wasn't it?
Oof, that's what a time.
But yeah, I'm glad they're bringing them out. Do you remember when they finally brought out Generations Thundercracker. They finally announced it. There was there was the one guy who set up like.
He was so angry.
He set up a signature thing. Keep Thundercracker exclusive.
Yeah.
Man, that was hilarious, and everyone signed it as a joke. They used it. Everyone signed it.
It was such a weird Hasbro move to have let BotCon make that an exclusive for the box set for so long. So weird.
It was the Coneheads as well, wasn't it? There was like Thrust and Dirge, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, and it was those four.
Yep. And Dreadwind out of Jetfire and Bug Bite, I think was in that set, and.
Was it like a little silver and purple bumblebee?
Yep, the Bug Bite. It was really cool. It had the Tampograph purple on it, which was really nice. The tribal designs. Looked like awesome. Batista, but was Bumblebee.
Yeah. Those were the days, weren't they? That was
good. They were good. XL Hedge says Optimus Prime had a Cybertron mode in the G1 comics. Is it different? Like, I guess they could use that then if that's the case. I don't know what it looks like, but probably better than the Siege version, which is just a truck.
Was War Within kind of the same style? Was it that was more like 90s to early 2000s, like big rumblers?
Yeah, War Within was a bit more modern-y, I suppose, in a lot of ways, and like the weird 80s shoebox thing that Jazz is. I guess the only issue I have with Jazz is like his shins are a little bit ugly when he's in robot mode.
There's a gap there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's obviously not a big deal. It's like if I was being nitpicky. It's the only thing
as well. I'll get B out.
Yeah, Jazz is a lot better than Bumblebee. Bumblebee has a lot of shit hanging off of him. I think that's what put me off getting him. Because it's like, he's an ugly bitch.
I leave him out though to have a play with him. He's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he's showing it off now, aren't you?
His head, yeah. 50 quid.
Yeah, bastards.
He's just there. He was just by there.
Right there.
Get him down.
No, but I think this is good.
I'm gonna get this. Yeah. I love the Buzzworthy line. Do you remember that G1? They've released pictures of that G1 Hound.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be Buzzworthy. I think they're gonna chuck that and put that out in Buzzworthy, like just out of nowhere. Like
it's weird because like Starscream and Hot Rod were their own like exclusive things, weren't they? And now Hound's going into G1 Buzzworthy for some reason.
Weird.
It's
like
bizarre. I still don't know what the thing is. Shall we move on from Jazz? You got anything else to say about this little floating shoebox from space? It does actually look a little bit like an electric razor from the 80s. Like the front of the car.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Those ones that look like they rip your skin to shit.
They did, yeah. Good times.
Didn't actually take the stubble out.
Only the hairs forcefully.
Oh, just like the Silkapills that rip them out.
Oof. Oof.
Meant for your mum's legs. No.
Oh, it's on your face now.
Yep.
The last bit of news is that Stan Bush is going to be going to TFCon Los Langeles. So if you're going to Los Langeles, you can go and sing the touch at him. I'm sure he'll very much appreciate that. Don't do that, actually. At least if you do it, you weren't endorsed by the Moonbase 2. It's your own choice. Make your own mistakes.
Did you go to the gig a couple of years ago at TF Nation?
No, I had no interest. I couldn't stand the cringe.
You know what? I had exactly the same opinion, but I bought a ticket just because I wanted to see the amount of gesticulating and residue left by Transformers fans. Ooh. And you know what? It was one of the best nights I've ever had. That's good. We had a couple of drinks. I think I went in with the InGen boys. Like Thew was with us.
Yeah.
Scotty was with a few others, and we just kind of sat there, watched everyone get proper into it. But we kind of like sang along and took the piss, but secretly we all kind of really loved it. We came out like looking at each other like we'd all just like some kind of weird sex act in the same room.
It definitely wouldn't have been for me. I don't think I would have enjoyed it, which is why I didn't. That's fair enough. I've got nothing against people going for those kind of things, but I'd just be standing there going, it's all right.
It was real cringe, but at the same time, it was quite easy to jump in on the crowd.
That's fair.
No, I got in on it. It was good. It was real good. I enjoyed. Really enjoyed that. Like, I was glad I bought a ticket.
I don't think they do that kind of stuff for TFCon. I mean, obviously, I don't know for sure. There's going to be signings for him and whatnot, but I don't know if he does like a show for people as well at TFCon.
Did he do? He did a show with Vince DiCola at one of them.
Did he? I
don't know if that was TFCon or whether it was one of the BotCons.
No,
he definitely did a concert with Vince DiCola. He definitely did one with Vince DiCola.
Yeah, I could be wrong then. Yeah.
Didn't they have like Cybertronic Spree there a couple of years ago as well?
Oh, the people that dress up in the RC outfit and the hot rod outfit and those guys.
Yeah, like the Unicron guitarist.
Yeah.
Someone's like.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe they will have a show on then for these guys. I don't know.
It was good though. It was if you ever question whether you'd want to go to a Stan Bush concert or something like that, my advice would be to go see if you like it. Wow. Especially if it was only £10.
TF Mike, G1 Mike in the chat said he's interviewed him 9 times in 15 years.
Wow.
That's a lot of times.
It's a lot of times.
That's a lot of times. You gotta love Stan Bush to interview him that many times in that many years.
It's more than twice in some years.
Yeah. I mean, it's dedication, isn't it?
That is.
Just really like it.
What I want to know is, like, did Mike ask him different questions every time?
Oh, there's a question for you, Mike. Did you get different ones each and every time, or were they was it the same question each year? Yeah. Do you like writing music?
It was like a well-rehearsed oiled machine.
Exactly.
Questions, answer question. Like a 3-minute interview took. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's all the news for this week. Unless Brad wanted to talk about the reveals from last week of the up-and-coming figures. Do you want to talk about them, Brad? Do you want to give the people your thoughts on them? Give me a second and you can talk about them. I'll find the pictures for them.
I've forgotten which ones. I'm on the spot. Like, I can't think of anything. If we're talking about the Evolution Legacy stuff.
They're the ones. That's the sausage maker.
Well,
there's the Rise of the Beast stuff, like the Bumblebee that has the bird coming through his chest.
Make my window bigger. All right. Oh, I still can't see them on my phone. Go on, read them to me if you would, mate.
There was Metal Hawk.
Don't care.
Oh, you don't care?
Honestly, no. I saw Metal Hawk and I thought, I do. He's actually coming really quickly, isn't he?
He's not too far off.
He's due for release like 1st of March, I think, or 20th of March.
Damn, it's really that soon. Jesus.
The month 20th, actually.
Woo, sheesh.
No, it's this. It might be this month, Metal Hawk. But I said, me and Left were talking about it, and Left loves Metal Hawk. Mm-hmm. I said, if the jet mode's good, buy it. And I don't think the jet mode's very good.
No. I said that last week, and Mikey disagreed. He was like, no, it's really cool. I was like, no, it's not.
It's this shit jet mode.
I think the robot mode looks really cool, but yeah, it's based on Cyclonus, but
yeah. And that's never a bad thing, but no, I'm not going to pay full price for Metal Hawk. If he's down in price, I'll buy him. Yeah.
There was Shrapnel.
Yeah, all day. I think I've pre-ordered him.
Damn.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
shit,
on in demand. I never use in demand for some, but they had him up, so in demand are bad. I just prefer to use Kapow because I like Andy's my friend.
I was thinking you make it sound like fucking in demand toys are bullshit. Don't buy from those assholes. I did it because there was no other choice.
No, I quite like in demand, but no, I buy from Kapow most of the time because I like Andy. He's a good lad, and I like he's a good mate. But yeah, I wanted a Shrapnel, so I just made sure I got a Shrapnel in.
They had Billy, Twin Cast.
If it comes down in price, maybe.
Yeah, I don't really care, but if he's like 14 quid or something, I'd buy it.
Blaster in game the other day actually for 14 quid.
Yeah, I don't really care about
bargain. Yeah, he's one of those ones that arrived and he's all right and he's on the shelf. Yeah, he filled the spot. But Billy looks nice. I love the blue.
Yeah, he got a new face as well, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Talked about Metal Hawk. The Bike Junkion dude, whatever he's called.
I will get him.
Yeah.
There's a bit of Gary the Junkion.
That's him. He's got a beard.
Made Claude. Yeah, I'll buy him.
Yeah. Skyquake.
No, I'm going to wait for, what's the blue one called?
Dreadwind. Wing. Dreadwing,
isn't it? Dreadwing.
Yeah.
It's Dreadwing from Prime, isn't it? I'll wait for him, and possibly the Predators guy as well.
The G1 Skyquake.
Yes.
Yeah, you're hoping for a G1 repaint as well. Good man.
Because the colours are nicer.
Yeah, they are. I kind of want a different head on him, but...
I can see the tactics with this one. It's like, we'll release the least popular one first, because Skyquake was Red Wing and Skyquake were a nice mold in Prime.
It wasn't bad. They're a little bit ugly by today's standards, with a lot of shockingly a lot of rubber on them.
At the back. Yeah, the hands were rubbery, I remember, and they were at the back of the plane mode.
It wasn't the hands; it was the tail fins were rubbery, and the nose cone was rubber as well. I think that was it.
Tail fins had like a fin that came down and yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It was the tail. There was 2 tail fins on the back, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was those 2 that were the rubber.
Side of the main. Yeah, they were shit.
But you were right about the hands coming out of his anus in the plane mode for some reason.
The underneath the plane nose was like a big block of.
That was his groin. That was his groin split apart.
Wasn't that good? It was all right.
It was all right for the time it came out during the fucking disgusting oil crisis. It at least looked good in robot mode, but this looks nicer. And you're right about him. Excel Hedge mentions the head was also rubber. Yeah, that's a good point. The head was rubber, apart from the light piping in the back. I don't know why they made the head rubber. There was no real reason for that, as far as I can tell.
Need to make the head rubber.
No,
fuck that shit.
It's weird. I'm with you though. I'm really hoping there's a G1 color scheme of this coming out. If this guy goes for like 20 quid though, I'll buy him. You know,
all day. Yeah, it's not going to be when I spend the full price on though.
I think he looks a lot better than Blitzwing. He looks a lot better than Blitzwing. He's bigger as well.
I love Blitzwing.
That's fine. I think this looks better though.
You're right. He does look better than Blitzwing. Yeah,
he's bigger as well. I saw Prime versus Prime did a video and he put him up against the 2, and I was just like, wow, he actually like size wise, he's big. He's like a leader scaled figure.
It's pretty cool because we haven't had one of those for a while.
From the Dinobots. Yeah. I mean, there's Call Thundercracker, but I don't think you're a core man, are you? So
I'm not really a core man.
Crosscut, so it's grey skids with a different face, red wheels.
I used to have, so like you remember the Generation Skids mold?
Yeah.
The T31. I used to have like all the colours of that one I could find. I even had like the burnout one.
Oh yeah, they got 4 wheels, got a hood, lights on the front of them. Yeah, window screens and doors. Yeah. I know, my favourite car.
Love that one.
Love them.
Love that. Yeah, such a good car mode.
4 doors.
I'm like kind of half tempted to go into Crosscut as well. Shoot those red wheels, but if he's on sale, I'm not 20 quid.
Nah. 22 quid. Nice. 20 quid.
Yeah,
you'd be lucky to get it for 20 quid.
Remember when they were 13 quid and everyone went like, "What? They're 13 quid now? What the fuck?"
Back in our day, classics days. Don't tell me about that shit.
That was Revenge of the Fallen that started, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Jesus. Prowl. What do you think about Prowl? Animated Prowl with his big chin, but not big enough.
All day, yeah.
All day, okay.
Big buy. Put him in me.
What are your opinions on the core class Dinobots? The ones that combine and look ugly as shit.
I think they look quite good, quite fun.
Okay, all right.
But they still look like, I wouldn't buy them when they look like shit. But they do look
they look quite fun, but they look like shit. That's fair.
They do look like shit. They're like, nice if you want that kind of thing.
That's fair.
We've seen we've had combining Dinobots. There's no need for it.
Well, it's like me and Mikey have said. It's probably, and it's not a huge shock. I don't think people are saying that this is going to be repainted into Dino King. So it's like do Dinobots because they'll be popular, and then do the ones that the stupid fans like us will buy because like, well, you're not getting another Dino King, so suck it up. But that's all of the news. So, Mr. Brad, what you been doing Transformers wise? You got any toys, any things you want to talk about?
Let's have a little diggy wiggy around.
Ooh.
What have we been buying lately? Okay, let me just go up here.
All right, go for it. Let's make Brad big.
That wasn't too much crotch for the camera.
Never too much.
So the most recent like Cybertron purchase or Unicron trilogy purchase was the old guard shell.
Guard shell, that's him. Yeah.
Oh, Cybertron landmine. Yeah, guard shell. Which I did an old video on that old boy a couple of weeks ago.
You did. I complained at you because you didn't talk about he's like one of the few Transformers that has a specific cock transformation.
He's got his own codpiece that comes down, doesn't he?
You didn't even mention that.
You know what? I actually filmed a bit where I said, and don't forget to bring down his codpiece or something like that, and I didn't put it in. I'll put in the deleted scenes here. I'll make it the first deleted scenes I ever do.
You'll never be top of the Transformers YouTube numbers without that kind of dedication to the craft.
Is it?
All about the details. All about the
just the details, not just the details. I want in all the details.
That's right.
What else we got? Let's have a look.
Did Godshell ever get a repaint?
Yes, there was the green one in Universe or something like that. It was.
Oh, really?
I can't remember what it was called.
Huh.
Do you want me to Google it?
Nah, it's all right.
It's like a Constructicon coloured one.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Damn, I couldn't remember that. Shit.
It was the only one, as far as I can remember.
Huh.
Yeah. Got me Kenobi. Oh no, that sounded like Watto, didn't it?
I mean, is there any evidence to say that Grievous isn't Watto? Apart from all of the logical evidence that we see throughout the movies, don't we see? No, we see him in the second movie where he's got the scruffy beard. Right?
He's like a Jedi. What do you know? And then all of a sudden, Grievous shows up with with a worse rasp.
Yeah.
I got he's the Tartakovsky Black Series, but he's Tartakovsky colours. And like a couple of months ago, I bought this for like 30 quid.
Ooh,
arrived, and I was like, I'm gonna scalp this, and I sold it for 50 because it was brand new out.
Damn.
And then but this one cost me 13 quid, no, 12 quid.
Wow.
Kapow, and it arrived, and it's shit. So it doesn't stand. So his feet are just horrendous. He doesn't stand.
I would have thought like that kind of feet design would be enough, like because sticking to the ground. No,
like it's got like the hold of maybe like vinegarized spider legs.
Oh, that's not.
They
good.
just kind of crumble. They kind of crumble underneath the weight of him on top and all of his lightsabers. They're not good at all.
Yeah, I guess you're happy you only spend. Well, you didn't spend anything on him because you made money on getting that figure. Technically,
made money on it. Yeah. So I waited till he came down in price. He did come down in price. And
50 quid. Over. How did you sell for 50 quid? Did you sell to like a 5-year-old and you just being really mean? Give me your money. I'll give you this fucking toy.
No, I remember getting it and thinking like I don't really need this at this point. I can wait, and looked at what it was going for on eBay, and it was up at 50 quid, and I was like, bang, done. Sorted. Jesus. On eBay. I think there was another one I did that with as well. I got two at once. I can't remember which one it was.
Hell of a steal.
That was happy.
Nice.
Zort Rider went into a game for me. He was in game and he kept an eye out for some figures. So he bought me a Tarkin who's up there in the cabinet somewhere for like 10 quid, and then he got me old Diego Luna as well, which I haven't opened yet. So it's in Andor from the old one of the big gold heist in Andor.
Oh,
yeah, that was a nice
still
one.
Fresh in package. Have you not even touched it?
No, I haven't opened it yet. I'd like to save the Black Series. The Black Series is a weird, but like they're so expensive. But then like if you wait a bit, they always come down in price. I think I've only paid full price for one in the last year.
Isn't that like most Marvel stuff? Hasbro stuff at this point. A lot of it's like really expensive, but if you just wait. Most of the time, they'll get to a reasonable price.
Come down. And Rich said he went. Do you know Zort Rider, by the way?
I mean, I know of him. Yeah, I've seen his
lovely guy.
Yeah,
show him all the time. He's a lovely guy, Rich is, and he said he got to speak to one of the managers in game, and he said, "Well, how are you getting all this Hasbro stuff in for cheap?" And all the manager knew was that they'd struck some kind of deal direct with Hasbro.
Oh wow!
To get cheap stock and sell it for cheap.
Wow.
That's what it is. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So that's why I went in yesterday and there was like Blaster was 15 quid, Space Loaf Shitty Soundwave was 15 quid. There was like Blitzwing was in there for cheap as well, and there was loads of Black Series in it. But there was like Ahsoka Black Series was 20 quid. Then like the same line, The Mandalorian, or like Grief Karga was like 6 quid.
Yes, some of the stuff in games seems to be they sell it at retail price, and then like you say at some random points they'll just be stupid deals where you're like, damn, what the hell are they doing?
Exactly that. It's like, but it's fun. And when all that stuff came up the other day, like the Buzzworthy pack, for cheap, was fun as well.
It was like 14 quid or something for the set of 4.
Yeah, they messed it up, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, but some of the orders got cancelled, but luckily mine didn't. I got mine for 20 quid off of, like a Sports Direct. That arrived, or it might have been Sports Direct, and that arrived. So I was a bit like, eBay. Anyways, because I don't want that pack, but if I can get one and make a bit of cash to pay for different figures off it,
See, I can't justify scalping. I don't have the money or I don't have the energy to do the scalping, to be honest. That's my issue.
I don't mind. I think like true scalping is when you buy like 40 of the same thing and then no one else can have them.
You're just trying to justify it.
No. Yeah. I see my act as an opportunity.
I mean, I wish I had the energy to do that, but my fear is like I'm going to buy stuff and then it's just going to sit in my house and I won't be able to shift it to anybody.
Well, I run an eBay shop anyway, so I don't know. Have I told you this?
I don't think you've told me you run an eBay page.
I run an eBay shop. I sell GameCubes on eBay.
You've never told me that till now.
Oh, I do. I modify GameCubes and sell them on eBay for a nice profit.
Oh,
so, wow. All of the...
Is that why you put like a random picture up on Facebook yesterday of just like a circuit board and you just like... Ugh.
Yeah.
Because without context, I had no idea what that was. And I saw a comment that was like, this is an N64 controller board that just turned to shit.
Board that someone had tried to modify.
That was it. Just
the spoon and warm breath, I said. And it was just like, it was awful. You've got to learn it somewhere. Everyone's got to learn somewhere. But yeah, all of the scalping money is out of my eBay account.
Wow.
That I used it. So if I lose a bit, it's all good. I'll make it back.
Okay.
So I do that every now and again with figures and stuff. Like I bought a double of Hot Rod Studio Series a couple of months ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I kept that in my cupboard for a couple of months and I sold that on, but it only made a tenner. Some things you don't make anything on. Like I've got a Blur in there at the moment, which I've just said I'll give to my mate because I'm not going to make any money on Blur.
Studio Series Blur or the IDW one?
Studio Series. I've lost money on that actually. I paid 20 quid for it when it first came out. Ooh. And you lose, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, the Buzzworthy pack was like, 50 quid. Sorted. The same thing happened with Grievous. Back to Transformers. So, sudden context change. I understand why people don't like scalping though. Try and keep it on a minimum. If I see an opportunity and I want to think like, that'll pay for this toy, I'll do it. I'll do it. But I won't buy 20 of them. I'll buy like one to pay for the one.
You'll scalp, but you won't be the ultimate scalper.
I'm not a bastard, no. But I scrapped Heap yesterday, who is, all right.
Is that it? Just all right? Nothing, no wowie factor to him?
He's fun. I had a quick transform with him last night and I was like, that was good. It was a good old time. I'm going to focus this out there. Yeah. He's a good time. I went to Smith's yesterday to see what was in, and they had the whole wave of these, including like Tarn now, who I've already got. But yeah, so that's the first time I think I've seen Tarn there or heard of Tarn being in Smith's. But I got there and I wasn't a bit, when you're a bit like, should I buy something or should I just go home and feel good about not buying something? But then I thought, that's kind of a waste of petrol.
That's why I don't go to toy stores, because I know that they'll feel and it'll follow me otherwise. Like,
I even went over to the Lego and I was like, there's not really much Lego I want here either.
No.
So I bought Scrappy. I've got all the Lego that I want there. So I bought Scrappy.
Cheaper than a Lego set, to be fair. Most Lego sets.
Well, that's the thing. I was going to buy Leo Prime, but then I think like he'll come down in price. He'll be 20 quid before we know it. So
Tarn maybe won't come down in price a lot. I think Tarn will stay up for a while. I think Leo Prime probably will drop.
I just dropped his gun. Anyway, I think Tarn will sell out.
Don't tell anyone. But I did buy a full price Tarn from In Demand Toys.
Man,
and I don't do that. I can't usually justify it. But I
did buy it. Do you?
No, because I'm a cheap
bitch. One of those figures that's like, I've got to get this.
Yeah. And I justified it by going, okay, well, I'll get Breakdown as well, because I don't think he'll go on cheap anyway. And if I get both of them, it's 50 quid, so it's free postage, so I'm saving money.
That's right. I think get the Stunticons while you can, because they're not going to last.
I don't want to be that guy who's like, I'll just wait until Breakdown comes down in price, and then Breakdown vanishes, and I've got like almost all the Stunticons.
Breakdown. Yeah. You don't want almost all. You just get the Stunticon. You've got all of them now, yeah?
Well, the in-demand box is like on the way to me, so I'll probably get it like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, I guess.
Oh, you're going to build your Menasor then?
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what I've done. I've actually kept the Motormaster box because you know how he's packaged. How the big cardboard bit in the center, and then you've got like a slot on the top, on the bottom. That's where I put like the Stunticons in vehicle modes.
Oh,
it's almost like the box is designed to hold all of the Stunticons. It's quite cool.
Show you this, like what I've done with my Motormaster box. So I kept the box as well. But it's actually the bin for my room.
What a fucking lad. You have a bin? No, I've got a box. I just shoved my shit in there.
Motormaster box. And I was just gonna. It was like meant to be a temporary thing, and I was just gonna check it out with when it filled up.
Aye.
I'm kind of attached now.
Wow, have your bin box? Nice.
When I move house, it's gonna have to be a case. I might have to chuck it then.
Shit, but then you'll have to buy a bin, like a real one.
I don't want to buy a bin. I want to use my Motormaster box.
Shit, what conundrum.
Yeah, I think the next thing is going to be Leo Prime that I buy, but
that'll be a while off.
We'll wait.
I'm still waiting for Inferno to come down in price as well because he's like £33. I'm like in online stores. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I think he'll come down eventually if I wait.
Yeah, he will.
He's just an
sales.
No one wants him.
Nice sales always happen. I think once everyone's done with him, they'll just be like, yeah,
stupid.
We'll bring him down in price.
Yeah, that's my
pretty much it.
Yeah,
bought a lot of Gundam.
Oh, nice. Any which Mercury kits?
Yeah, I got the Lefrith and the Ariel. They're in the cupboard.
Nice.
They're somewhere back there in the cupboard. The last one I built actually was, if I can talk about that real quick, was the
it's so good.
The Justice Knight.
It's so good.
No, is that the Aegis Knight or the Justice Knight?
It's the Justice, yeah.
It's the Justice Knight.
It's the Justice.
Yeah. Do you know what?
It's so good.
Such a good kit. Such a good kit. I wasn't expecting much from it at all.
All the joints are super tight on it as well. It just feels good.
Beautiful. Have you built it as well?
Yeah. I put them on a Christmas tree like a few years ago or something.
Oh, yeah. All the Bill Diver stuff, to be fair, has been pretty much spot on. The show wasn't the best, but
it's better than the previous season.
Re-Rise was way better, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Bill Divers was like,
oof.
I didn't finish Bill Divers Re-Rise actually. I'm on the last 3 episodes.
It's all right. It doesn't do anything crazy. It's fine. It gets to its point a little bit faster than Witch of Mercury, which for me turned into a Gundam series finally by the last episode. I was like, oh, finally. Oh, it's over. Never mind.
But it was good.
I was so annoyed at silver-haired lady being annoyed that her life was saved.
Yes, she's a bitch, isn't she?
Mikey was like, yeah, but this is the first time she's ever seen someone die. I'm like, Mikey, her husband just saved her life, and she's like, you're a murderer. I'm like, I should let you die, bitch.
Isn't it like a great splat, though?
It was a great splat. It turned into fucking jam.
It's great, yeah. It was jam, wasn't it? It was great. The blood went all over it.
Have you seen the little chibi cartoon somebody's been drawing of like Celeste as a giant trash panda? I'll need to send you the images. They're quite fun.
Please do.
They're not. It's not a translated comic or anything like that. But it's just like, oh, she's a giant. No, it's not a trash panda. She's a tanuki. She's just a big tanuki with Celeste hair,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just her hair and the headband, and it's just a giant one of them. It's weird.
Please send it to me.
Yeah. I could probably pop it on stream actually when we get to what I'm doing. Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been? That's everything I've been doing pretty much, apart from like selling and buying houses.
Oh, that's fun. Everyone loves that.
Just forms to fill in and people to phone.
You know what I hear every day people talk about? People keep saying every single day, you know what I love? Ooh, I love talking about prices on the housing market. Ooh.
Love moving house.
That's great. Oh, it's lovely.
Looking at mortgages and filling in solicitors' forms about things you have no idea about.
So pissing easy to do. There's no issues ever doing it. Right?
Almost tempting just to stay here.
All right. Right. So, he's the. I'll need to move you out of the way because I'll put you in the center of the screen. You were the big boy. You were the big boy, big man of the hour there. All right.
There's a lag on my phone. I can't see myself in the center of the screen yet.
Yeah. Well, you don't. You were in the center. There's the image of Celeste as a giant trash panda. With
Let's have a look.
It's pretty good. It's very cute, actually. The drawing is very cute. Apparently, it's a full series of things going on as well. So there's lots of ones.
Ah.
Do you see?
No, I'm just loading up Twitch now.
I like how you go. You go. Oh, like yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Hang on. Now I can see. Yeah, that's brilliant.
It works, doesn't it?
Didn't think she'd be small.
No, I know, right?
She'd be massive.
No, it's just a tanuki, and everyone's fighting over it because I don't know. I like I say I don't know what's happening in the cartoon, but it just works.
Perfect. She's far more tanuki than I thought she'd be.
I know, right? You
wouldn't
like have thought just
cosplay deal.
Like if you took the hair off, you'd be like, oh, it's just a tanuki, right? But then you put the hair on, and it's like, oh no, it is her. Yeah. Shit, that's weird.
Full on tanuki.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Yeah. So what I've been up to this week is I've been I've been getting polystyrene, slapping on loads of tissue paper, painting it up, and trying to turn it into a rock base. So I took a picture here with some of my Warhammer things. I got the background nearly finished. The actual back wall's nearly done. That caused so much mess because this is like out polystyrene. Yeah. So there were bits of like polystyrene balls all over the floor. So I had to vacuum up the next day. It's a pain in the ass.
Does it stick to everything as well?
What's that? Sorry?
Like the balls stick to everything because they're so static sensitive, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a pain, but it gave a nice effect. It wasn't too hard to do. I'm still waiting on a specific glue to stick the polystyrene together because the back is not glued to the floor part. So, I'm just kind of strategically balancing here for the photo. And I've got some bits on the side that need to be stuck on as well and painted up. But for the most part, that's my YouTube filming set pretty much done. It was fun to do.
Diorama.
Yeah, it was quite fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to use for reviews?
Yes, yeah, I'm going to use this instead. I used to have just a cloth background, but I thought, I put a thing on Twitter a while ago, what would people prefer, a themed background or just like a black or a white background? And people said themed, and I went, oh fuck, well, all right, let's make something then.
Get to it, yeah.
So I used the hot knife and all that stuff, and it's quite fun.
Great.
Yeah. Brad, are there any giant? What do you call them? Are there any giant building sites around your area?
No.
So if you went to one, you might be able to skive some insulation foam, because insulation foam's better to sculpt than polystyrene, because obviously the balls for polystyrene kind of come out. Insulation foam's way, way easier to just cut and mold to what you want.
Steal some from school.
Yeah.
The attic.
Yeah, well, yeah. The kids can freeze. They're hardy.
Stuff them. It's spring already.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Cool.
So
I'd prefer to get some of that in the future, but I'm tempted to maybe make some more in the future and do instead of just cave stuff, do some other stuff. If you look at the bottom of the photo, I don't know if it's picking up on stream. You can still kind of see the texture of the toilet paper. I don't know how much extra PVC glue I should have added to get rid of that, but I don't think it's too much of an issue.
I wouldn't have looked at that and straight away seen that's toilet paper.
Yeah, thankfully that's fine. Yeah, it took a lot of toilet paper.
I actually thought a couple of times about the close-up shots I do in mine that I started doing the last year or so.
Yeah.
Buying those off AliExpress, you can get the Gundam hanger modular bits.
Yes, yeah, the Kotobukiya stuff, right?
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah, a lot of people used to use them as YouTube reviewing areas. But I think Kotobukiya is not making those anymore. You can't really buy them off HLG or anything like that. So I was like, well, I'll just try and make my own.
Knockoff ones.
Yeah.
Knockoff ones.
Yeah, if you can get the knockoffs, yeah.
I see if I can grab a couple. I'm sure you can still get them on AliExpress. You can get all the Gundam stands and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's on AliExpress, there'll probably be some cheapy knockoff ones, I'm sure. If they work, it works, right?
Old AliExpress.
Yeah. So what else have I been up to? Oh, you mentioned about the deals going on, right? From game. I got the Null and Venom 2 pack, which was £90 in HMV. It was £15 from game.
Epic.
Because of it
having that's nice.
Even the sites that we go through usually have them on sale for about 60. So I was like 30 quid per figure. I was like, I don't know about that. When I saw it for 15, I was like, boom, I'm on that buttered bread. Granted, the Venom isn't new. The Venom's based off of the movie Venom mold that they use, just with a new head. It's like, that's fine. He's got some holes in his back as well, where you can plug the wings. A lot of people online say they really like the wings. I don't. I think they just look like two big bits of plastic that don't really do anything. So I just have them off. And I like Null. I think Null's a cool villain, or at least a cool concept. I like his symbiote sword, and his design's pretty good. Each of them have a separate head, so you can swap the heads round. Null has more of a teethy, like Venom teeth sneer, and Venom has a no tongue out of his mouth kind of standard head. They're both good. And then they have a few different... Venom has closed fists. Null doesn't actually have any other hands, which is kind of sad. But it's
does Null have like a spider on his chest?
Null? He does. Yeah.
That's his story. Then I don't know who he is.
Null is the god of the Venom symbiotes. Like it's where all the symbiotes originated from. So the symbol on his chest is when Venom became Venom. He wasn't. This is obviously big rewriting of like realistic continuity. When Venom became Venom, he didn't have the spider chest because it was Spider-Man. It's because it was the symbol on Null's chest. Which is a bit like, no, come on.
They made that up.
You definitely made that up. You definitely made that up.
Retcon.
Yeah, but Null was from the King in Black series. It wasn't too bad of a big kind of Marvel event. It was all right. And I just like his design, big dude, very edgelordy, looks a bit like a vampire. I was like,
really arched eyebrows. Those very eyebrows arched. Are so arched. It's like 3 people's eyebrows in each eyebrow.
Yeah, he's not a happy boy. You know who he looks a bit like? He looks a little bit to me like Kane from the Legacy of Kane games. No, not that guy.
He does actually look like Kane.
I thought you were going to say Tony again. You really just like Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Like, hey up, Venom, you bastards.
You bastards. He'd have to say you bastard. Oh, what a cock. I hate him. I can't do the voice, but yeah, again, like I say, for 15 quid, it was perfect. I was like, hey, get on that boat. Then I've had a load of games over the last few winter sales and stuff. So I got, what was this one called? This is Symphonia of War, I think it's called. It's an indie game. It plays like Fire Emblem, but instead of having like one character fight one character, you have a squad. So you can set up a line. You have a front line, a middle line, and then a back line. So you obviously need to put your healers in the back, stronger ones up front, and then like you kind of chaff and defenders right in the front. Or you can put your archers in the back. It's quite interesting. Haven't got around to playing it because I need to play it on stream. But I really like the art style, and I like that kind of turn-based combat.
That reminds me, like, can't see if is it pixelated.
It is pixelated, yes.
It looks like the old school battle chess.
Oh, it wouldn't play like that. This is like an animation screen,
like
so they just they'd bump into each other, and then you go out and there's a big world map where you move your little dudes around. Nice. But yeah, it either plays like Fire Emblem, or if you're old like me, like Shining Force. Do you remember Shining Force for the Sega Mega Drive?
Shining Force was yeah. Actually, wasn't there one on the Dreamcast?
I think there was. There was on one of them. There was like one 3D one, and that was it, and it was done. I was like, oh, I like Shining Force.
It's definitely Sega Saturn.
Yeah, I prefer the one on the Sega Mega Drive because I like Gunts, who was like an armadillo knight. It was quite cute.
I think I remember. Yeah.
The good thing about Shining Force was as they leveled up and evolved into different classes, they got bigger and cooler pixel art designs to look at as they went. It was neat. I liked it. Yeah. So I got that. There's Satisfactory. Excuse me. An early access game. Have you heard of Satisfactory?
I haven't.
Basically, you're a dude. You land on a planet and you say, you know what would be better here? Factory.
Oh, is it like Command and Conquer, but on another planet?
No, it's like think Minecraft, but think like what if I could turn Minecraft into an industrious world? So you'll start off by finding like copper ore and iron ore and sandstone, and you can set up miners to automatically mine. You put them on conveyor belts. You get those conveyor belts to go to smelters to turn them into ingots. Then from the ingots, you send them into assembly shop makers to turn them into plates or rotary engines or computers, etc. And it becomes you need more power, so you got to dig for coal. You need more power than that, so you kind of go into nuclear power. Then from the nuclear power, what do you do with the waste? You can put that waste in. It's a big, like, you just keep building this bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger base as you kind of just like evolving and slowly sapping the resources of the planet. And from my perspective, destroying nature feels very satisfying. It is quite difficult though, because if you think about, you start off with very little resources and you've got to slowly build up. And each new construction item costs a lot to make. And then how do you set up your factory so it's efficient, so the things are going to the right places and all that stuff? It's interesting.
It's like a resource management game.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. You can get it eventually for everything to be automated. Like the image on screen at the moment, like all of these are on conveyor belts. So all of these will constantly be moving into machines to being changed to other things that you need. Imagine, yeah, it's like making a cake, right? So how do you make a cake? You got to get your flour. How do you get your flour? Well, you got to get some grains. So you get some grains, you squash them up. What if you could get a machine to squash those grains up for you, though? And then from the grains, it's eventually, you're not making one cake. You've made your house make a cake factory. That's
basically build up efficiency to the point where you might actually surpass Earth and have a decent infrastructure for electric cars.
Well, or it might be fucking terrible. Depends how smooth you planned out your base. Because I look at some of these conveyor belts and I don't like, some of them look like they're doing loops around each other. I'm like, what? Why are they doing weird spins? What's happening? Some unnecessary turns. It's cool.
quite nice to sit on the conveyor belt and just be along for the ride until you get to the crushing machines, like in Attack of the Clones.
I did watch a really dumb video where someone went, okay, you can buy jump pads. What if I get into my my futuristic tractor? Can I use the jump pads to jump pad my way over a mountain? And eventually he was able to do it. So he'd drive his tractor and it would bounce from one pad to another, to another, to another, to another. And eventually he'd just jump over the entire mountain.
It's quite impressive.
Yeah. You build trains as well. So you can get them to do the automation too if you don't want the... It's a really interesting game. Obviously, if you like base building, if you have no interest in like base building, then
that's something I hate.
Well, then this wouldn't be for you, Brad. Don't buy it. Don't buy it.
You know what? I used to love games like SimCity 2000 and 3000. And I think the base building was killed for me by Fallout.
Oh, yeah, but Fallout's base building was shit and it didn't do anything.
I just hated it. It was just like, I don't want to build a base. I want to go wandering.
Well, to be fair, like I think that also is like Fallout's not a base building game, but they force you. That was the point. I tell you what annoyed me about the base building in Fallout 4, right? I built walls, perfect walls, around the entire outskirt of where that settlement would go. Raiders would spawn inside the walls. I was like, I'm done. I stopped playing the game after that.
That's broken. That's broken like, shit, that is.
If I can build a wall and actually completely fill the wall up, it's not fair that you can spawn them inside the base. It's shit. Fuck off.
That's like hacking. That's a hack.
It is hack. It's the game hacking. The last game I got is Forgive Me, Father, which of course I play with an Irish accent because that's what you do. You play as a priest. It's a think of a Doom style, old school Doom game in a 2D art style where you're fighting Lovecraftian monsters and zombies and stuff like that.
I like the outline of the art style.
The art style is really cool. You start off with a knife, you get some guns and stuff, you fight zombies. For some reason, I don't know why, one cool thing, zombies, if they're carrying a head, if you shoot off their head and they're carrying a head, they'll just put the other head on their body.
Yeah, that makes sense for zombies.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, yeah, that makes sense, but that's really annoying because you get a headshot and they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter, mate. And you go, oh, fuck's sake. Cheeky
like,
bastard.
Does the head connect with all like the tentacly bits? Like,
I'm usually too far away to see how it goes, but I think they just plop it on like a. That's like done.
Fair dude.
Yeah. For some reason, you can cut the clothes off them. Like as you're swiping, I've knocked the holster top off. Well, I mean, I get to see the zombie lady's bras, I suppose. So it depends if you're into that. Just a surprise. I was like, I've knocked the clothes off. Huh. It's not like you get down to the nips or anything, but it's just like a random thing on zombies where the clothes kind of fall off. The game's really fun. There's a level up system in the game as well. So the knife on the image I have is a standard knife. if you upgrade the knife, it has a little like squibbly mouth on it, and it turns more into a machete. Does more damage. You get a shotgun. If you upgrade it in a certain way, it becomes like a triple-barreled shotgun. And it also has a weird squid on the back, and the bullets bounce. They ricochet. You can change a Tommy gun into a laser gun. I haven't done that yet, but it sounds neat. It's got an interesting upgrade system with the weapons just becoming weird and strange and Cthulhu.
That was good, though.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. And it was cheap. I don't know if you can get it on consoles, but it's like, yeah, it's a good game. Fun so far. Be playing more of that. And I think that's it. I think that's everything I've been up to. The only other things I've done is I'm up to date on Chainsaw Man. I'm up to date on Spy X Family. That's all done now.
Is there more Chainsaw Man out?
No, it's just a full season. So it's 12 episodes, was it? Something like that.
I'm still where you are then. Yeah.
Yeah. Chainsaw Man's visually really interesting, but gets strangely confusing in places. Like the girl with the nail, who the nail vanished off her hand, and she had the ghost. Yes. Why did she have the ghost? No, you don't know. How do her powers work? You don't know. Apparently, this is an issue. Apparently it's a problem with the manga as well. It doesn't explain those kind of things, and it's like I need to know how these things work. Otherwise, there's no stakes. Like if I don't know what she can do, then she can literally do anything.
You can make it up as you go along.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show and it's very pretty. But I wouldn't say the writing's like crazy good. It's all right. I enjoyed that.
Tell you what I've been. So I've been reading a new manga called Summertime Rendering, and it's also an anime. And it's quite a popular anime, as far as I know.
What's the genre?
Good. It's kind of mystery horror.
Oh,
and a bit of sci-fi as well. So it's about a kid who goes back to his home island, finds out it's full of.
This is like ReZero, isn't it? Where he dies and he'll come back and he gets to. Yes, I heard about this on a best of anime. I haven't seen it, but I heard the premise and I went, that sounds interesting.
It's very. So I've watched. I read like the first. I'm coming towards the end of the second book now, and I've watched a little bit of the first episode, just to get a feel for the anime, and it's very well done. Very faithful towards the manga, but the manga is amazing. Love it so far. Summertime Rendering, very good.
Have you seen ReZero? Because it's the same kind of idea, apart from it gets gone to the other world.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a decent show to watch. You'll have more episodes to watch. Spy X Family. Have you seen Spy X Family?
No, but I've heard about that as well. I've heard it's very good.
I'd say it's light. It's you watch, you have a fun time, but it's not like heavy with the story.
Sometimes you need that.
Sometimes, yeah. There's some episodes that are more fun than others, though. Some episodes are just like you'll watch it and you'll be like, I don't feel any characters progressed. I don't think it was desperately funny compared to some of the other ones. And then there's some really good ones. Some really solid episodes in there where you're like, that's very sweet. Like one of the very small. Some episodes are the full 20 minutes or so. Some episodes are half the episode, and some episodes are half, like 3/4 of the episode, and there's like 5 minutes to add on. One of the quick 5-minute ones was the girl Anya had her cuddly penguin destroyed by the dog called Bond. And she said she hated the dog, and the dog was like, poor sad dog. And by the end, the penguin was stitched back up, and she said, I'm sorry, I hated you, dog. And you're like, and the dog was happy again. It's like, that's nice, that's sweet. Didn't add anything, but I'm like, I feel bad for the dog, and now I feel good for the dog, so it's all good.
Slice of life stuff.
Yeah. That's what it is. I would recommend Spy X Family. It's fun. It looks really pretty as well. It's a very pretty show.
Is it on Crunchyroll?
I don't know. I saw it on the ocean, let's say.
I
get
you.
Getcha. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've been up to. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, thank you everybody for coming on by. We're not going to do questions because we've ran over time just a little bit, but thanks everybody for sliding on by. Oh, Skirt said, I can't help but focus on the unpainted rim bases. Fuck you. I never paint the bases of the rims of the figures because I can't be bothered. I'm lazy. I paint all the rest of my figure, but I never can be bothered to do the black ring around the base. I'm like, fuck it, it's fine. I don't get to play the game
as well.
It's not. It's not hard to paste that rim. Trust me. It's really easy.
But grab the figure then and paint the.
It's easy. It is actually really easy, and it takes no time. The reason I don't do it is 1, laziness, and 2, I don't have anyone to play the game with, so I don't really care. You know.
Point.
But it is a lot more laziness, to be honest. Where can people find you on the internet, Mr. Brad, if you want them to?
The main place would be YouTube under Exilian XLR, but I'm also Exilian XLR on Twitter, on Instagram, and actually Facebook as well. Facebook.com/Exilian XLR. So I'm going to do a grinding because you've been poking me for a grinding. There'll be a grinding here. But I've also got there's a rap video I've been doing with Dave Shooty on Override. That's written. I've just got to record it.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be done soon, and hopefully like another silly Cybertron review in the near future at some point. Hey. But so that it's kind of I've been doing shorts lately actually, and the shorts.
You're trying to hit that algorithm.
Yeah, the amount of subs you get from shorts is ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Probably
that's so annoying.
It is really annoying.
Ugh. I don't think I could do shorts. I don't even know what I do for a short. What do you do for a short if you're a YouTube channel?
Just do stupid stuff. I guess just stuff to do with... But some of them hit like ridiculous amounts in terms of views. And so before I did shorts, I get like 5 subs a month. In shorts, I get about 40.
Jesus Christ.
Killer. It's more fry, but that's what being a Transformers reviewer is like nowadays, unless you're the certain ones. But then that is what it is. But yeah, you get so many more subs if you do shorts.
Damn, man. Am I gonna have to if I come back, am I gonna have to hit the shorts?
It's on the shorts. Do one every couple of days. Get a couple of subs in. Yeah, it's the way it goes, man.
Fuck.
Get those shorts in. Dirty shorts.
Dirty shorties. I thought people liked them long and thick. I didn't think they liked them short.
Thick reviews with all the color palette points.
Yeah, no, they just want them short and stocky.
I'm short.
Maybe
no one
not
has an attention span anymore. Stocky. Short and slim.
You never feel it on the inside of you. That's what I like. You can find me on Twitter as Decayed Andy, YouTube as Decayed Andy. Did I say Twitter? Yeah, wherever. Moonbase 2, Transformers Podcast on YouTube, and then Moonbase 2 on every other places you'd expect. Twitter, iTunes, Libsyn, Facebook. On Patreon.com, if you do $2 each month, you get From the Files of Teletron 2 in advanced. And you also get, hopefully you'll get a Moonbase Woo-Woo where I talk about non-transformery things in more detail. On Friday, me and Logan Blaze talked about the, 1991 Ghost Rider crossover, Heart of Darkness, where it's the introduction of the second Ghost Rider, I think, or it's close to that. So if you want to have a listen to that, head over to the Patreon and sign up. So thank you, everybody, for coming on by, and thank you, Brad, again, for sliding in, filling in for Mikey.
Thanks for having me, mate. I like to slide in.
Yeah, it's not summertime.
Very good. It's been good. It's nice to catch up with you as well, mate.
Same.
It's nice to talk to you often.
Yeah, we're doing better this year about it. We're doing better this year about contacting, so that's good. Yeah, but until next time, thanks everybody for coming on by. Have a good day, good evening, and or a good night. I'm dead on the inside. I'm dead on the outside. I don't know about Brad, but he'll see you next. Well, I'll see you next time. Brad will see you somewhere.
Somewhere.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.